So when last we left off, then let's just kick it. You guys had you were with Fowl, and you had just defeated. She had just staked a vampire in a coffin after it gave you a trinket that would allow you guys to get into the lost city of Custar. And you guys were headed that way. It's you get about a 2-hour walk in the cold. So you deattuned to your ring of warmth, Biddy?
Yes.
Okay, you're shivering even with prestidigitation, keeping your garments a little warm. You're pretty darn cold. Give me a quick Constitution check. We'll do one for each hour of travel. Did you guys want to do anything other than just travel to where Custar was? Because Fowl seems pretty motivated to get to the city as quickly as possible.
Did people need a short rest, or
you guys took a short rest? Yeah,
we did take a short rest.
Yep.
Okay.
While you were looting the coffin and interrogating the vampire and whatnot, you set up a tent and you guys got a comfortable short rest in.
Okay.
I got a 10 on my check.
Okay, give me one more.
Okay. I got a 3 on that one. Or sorry, 5.
Okay, so you're starting to get a little bit frostbit. We'll just make it out of that. Let's see. You get a little bit of cold damage here. Take 2 points of cold damage. And you're gonna need to at some point actually get properly warm here in the next little bit. Before the next hour goes, if we go another hour in this kind of temperature without some sort of relief, you may start having some other additional problems. It's really cold.
Do I have time to change my attunement? Because now that I've switched my slots, I actually don't care about being attuned to the book anymore. Like how long? Normally it says it takes a short rest.
Yeah, get it. You got to do it boring. What are you guys doing as you travel? You'd have to come up with a method for you to be able to keep up while still taking a short rest.
I mean, can I just we're on brooms, right? Can I just do the attunement thing while I'm sitting on the broom and just flying along?
You gotta focus on the broom.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like riding a horse. You can't take a short rest while traveling stuff. Unless, like, if you were riding in a wagon, the answer would be yes.
Is someone strong enough to just like carry me or something and like let me do it that way? I don't know.
I mean, so Bartathos and Martinique have been like scouting ahead while other party members have been carrying our shit. If we want to stop doing that, like, we could carry our own shit and somebody strong could carry you.
Well,
I have a floating disc. That's right. I have a floating disc.
Oh, yeah.
So I can just sit on the floating disc.
No, you can't.
Just sit on the floating.
You can't ride it.
No. Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, actually, you can ride a floating disc, but it has I don't think it's fast enough to keep up with you guys.
It has to follow him though.
Well, it has to fly whoever cast it, so that is true. You can't ride your own floating disc because it just won't. You can do it. You can like step on it. It just won't go anywhere.
Gotcha.
That's a good point. What if I like dangled myself in front of it like a carrot, and it would just.
Are you gonna be able to rest while also dangling?
That
sounds precarious.
Yeah, it seems unreasonable.
It doesn't seem restful.
It doesn't seem possible.
You're gonna spend
so just keep that in mind. It's probably not going to be relevant because after the second hour, you guys actually get to a city. So after about an hour and about 90 minutes of walking, you guys come up to an area and you step through some manner of barrier. Like you didn't see it, you didn't sense anything. Everything looked the same until you feel a weird sensation when you pass through. You pass through some kind of like magical curtain. And you feel an odd sensation when that happens, and then suddenly in front of you is a giant city made entirely of ice.
Oh.
So it's probably a half a mile ahead of you, and you guys walk another 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're basically on the outskirts of a large city made of ice. And you notice there are some creatures. Also, like you see activity, creatures and stuff moving around, but none of the stuff that is here appears to be alive in any way, shape, or form.
Are we close enough to tell what kinds of creatures they are?
Undead. There's some skeletons, zombies. You see some ghosts and specters, all kinds of stuff. And you're on the outskirts of the city.
What's the plan, Fowl?
I don't know. It's a good question. Do you guys have one?
Is there like a castle or something in the middle of the city? Like,
There
is this a
absolutely
city
is,
around
yes.
Orbin's Hold?
Yeah, there is in the middle of the city. There is a very large keep that is also made of ice. And Fowl takes her hammer and points it. She's like, I guess Orbin is probably in the castle.
Do you think we've been detected now that we've passed through that
barrier?
barrier and we can see the city now?
I mean, almost certainly, yeah. Also, there are some undead that are just walking past you guys. They aren't paying any attention to you. So you're on the outskirts of the city. There are skeletons and stuff moving around. None of it seems to give a shit that you're there.
Okay.
So, like, as you guys are having this conversation, a shadow flits past you and goes out of a building and goes into another different building. But
is it stupid to just march in until somebody tries to stop us?
You guys do what you want. I'm just here to tell you what's happening. But there are undead within like easy attacking range of you guys. None of them are attacking you or even seem to care or notice you. If you step in front of one, they will just walk around you. Like they do what they can to avoid your presence, but they don't seem to like they just. It's not that they're oblivious to your presence. It seems like they just don't give a fuck.
They're doing what they were kind of being told to do, and
that is one thing that's important to note. Of the ones that you've seen, very few of them are. Most of them are mindless undead, but like you did see a shadow, and you've seen like a specter and some wraiths and whatnot, and those are intelligent undead, but they're also ignoring you.
Okay. What time of day is it now at this point?
You guys are getting you guys left in the morning and some fighting, traveling, took a long rest. It's afternoonish, so it's sort of a perpetual twilight. You're a little. Make a nature roll for me, actually, Car. Actually, probably survival is more appropriate. Make a survival roll for me.
12.
Okay, your best guess is probably like 2:30 in the afternoon, but also it's sort of permanent twilight down here. So 2:30 it's like a best guess.
Okay.
Well, so we're in a city of ice. There's undead everywhere that we probably shouldn't aggravate if we can help it right away.
Probably
File
not.
says, yeah, that seems like a good idea. We should probably not go out of our way to cause trouble.
Now, do we just walk straight in, or do we try and sneak in, or do we use our brooms and try and
Fly in?
fly in?
Yeah.
That mean, good question. She's like, well, I'm just planning to go to the castle, but at this point, it doesn't really seem like there's any harm just walking up there. I say we just go up there until somebody stops us or something.
Yeah, if nothing's
That's
attacking
kind of
us
what
right
I'm
now.
thinking.
But I don't want to. If you guys have a different plan, I'm all ears. She wiggles her ears a little bit.
Pete, we still got break logo.
Oh yeah. I never remember. Sorry, chat, but I mean, there's nothing really to look at anyway. It's just an old map. There you go, chat. Old map. Let it go, let it go. Yeah, very frozen, this car. Okay, so you guys just want to. File starts tentatively walking forward. She's sort of being overly cautious, not quite Scooby-Doo tippy toe sneaking kind of overly cautious, but not that either. And after 4 or 5 minutes of walking, when you guys are getting closer to the heart of the city, and none of the undead that are around has given even a single shit about your presence, she relaxes a little bit and just sort of begins moving a little more confidently and quickly towards the castle at the center of town.
Yeah, I guess we just keep following.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do, or do you just want to walk up to the gate? Because it seems like File's intent to just, at this point, she's just walking. She's confident enough that she's just going to walk up to the gate.
I guess Marty's going to stay towards the back and make sure that nothing's following us, or like the skelly behavior isn't changing or anything while we're moving through the city.
Okay, make a perception check for me. Actually, you know what? Make an insight check. Actually, probably more appropriate.
24.
Yeah, they don't. Everything looks
Nobody
cool.
cares.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
All right.
You can't even tell if they noticed you were there, other than the fact that when you guys, if for some reason your path crosses theirs, they veer to avoid you. That's the only reaction they've had to your presence at all.
Kill.
All right, you guys roll up to the doors. There's 2 big doors made of ice. They are closed. Fowl pushes on the door. It doesn't open.
How tall is the door and the wall and stuff?
Like 30 feet. The doors are enormous. Let's say they're probably 20 feet wide, 30 feet tall. This castle is large. And it's two big double doors, so each one is about 15 feet, and they open inward. But when you push on it, they seem to be locked and or barred. There is, however, a smaller. There's like a smaller door in the big door.
A smaller door in the big door?
Yeah.
Alice in
Think
Wonderland?
kind of like Wizard of Oz. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland, Wizard in Oz kind of stuff, yeah.
Okay, I am here.
Val's
Is there
looking
a
at the door. She takes out her hammer and looks like she's maybe about to hit it, but then sort of stops and strokes her chin. She's like, I don't know if I should hit, like, it may break. My hammer is pretty powerful. You guys want to... I don't know. What should we do?
Undead patrolling security
Nope.
things? Like,
You haven't seen any of the undead that were carrying any sort of weapons at all. The ones that were carrying stuff that you saw in town all had, like, baskets and the things that people in life might normally carry around. They were carrying around, like, baskets and pots and bolts of cloth, stuff like that. But all of the baskets and pots seem to be full of nothing.
Huh, weird.
Is there a lock on the door? Is it magically locked, or?
Give me a investigation check, Lexi. So you start taking a look at the door and peeking around to try and see how it's secured.
What's the door made out of? Is this out of ice, same as everything else?
The door itself is also made of ice, yes. Sorry, what'd you get, Lex?
14.
Your best guess is probably barred on the inside, just a regular bar mechanism like is common in castles and keeps.
Okay.
Can we see through the ice at all, or is it opaque?
It's not perfectly opaque, like light comes through it, but also it's cloudy and murky, so you can't really make out any details on the other side. Light passes through it, but not in any way that's like useful for you to see. Think of like a shower curtain, like a frosted shower curtain, kind of like that.
Okay.
Can I melt a pinhole in the ice with some prestidigitation heat, or is it too thick for that to?
You're not sure how thick it is, but if you want to give that a whirl, sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna press a finger to it and see if I can just like poke enough of a hole to see through and what's beyond.
You make a nice finger jet of flame and start sort of cutting your way into this wall of ice. You cut into a depth of your whole finger, as far as your finger will reach, and then just kind of stop making progress. And at that point, the small door, there's it's got one of those little like eye slit things in the small door, and it opens up, and a voice inside says, "Please stop melting our door. What do you want?" Death, I assume? Are you here to die?
Could we come in?
You are?
An adventurer, obviously. Not a skeleton, so...
Yeah, I get it. I mean, nobody else is stupid enough to come here. What do you want, adventurer, specifically? Other than death, I'm assuming if you've come here, you're eager for death?
Yeah, I mean, you're just, you're not gonna like it, so I don't know why we're having this conversation.
At this point, Fowl steps forward and she's like, "We're here to see General Orban." And the man behind the eyes rather behind the play go, very well then. And the door thing slips closed, and the actual small door in the big door opens up. And behind it is what appears to be a vampire. He is very neatly dressed. He has on like a neat, crisp black suit, a pair of spectacles, like little round rim kind of John Lennon spectacles. He's like, "Come in, I suppose." And Fowl steps through the door. She's got her hammer in hand, and she's sort of doing that "I don't trust you" thing where you like circle somebody but face them the whole time. So she steps through the door and like circles with him. He's like, "If I wanted you dead, you would be dead already. Just relax. The general is in his throne room. I'm sure he'd be willing to see you. Or kill you. What is it that you want, just so I can give him an idea of why you're here?" He looks out the window. He peeks his head through the door. The rest of you guys are like, "Are you guys coming in with your friend, or is it just her?"
We're all coming.
Barnatos is going to step forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does the little bow motion swoosh thing with his arm to indicate that you guys should come inside. So, to reiterate then, the purpose of your visit, so I can inform Lord Orban. Anyone?
Kind of gesture to Fall, like...
Marty's just gonna grin.
Okay, you guys shrug nonchalantly, and Fowl's like, "Yeah, we're here to kill him." And he's like, so, okay, whatever. This week's adventuring team here to thwart the mighty general, I guess. Very well then. in the throne room. Just go through the main door there, and he points to an open door in the keep. Follow the Great Hall all the way through to the end, and there'll be another double door. Should be just go through that, and you'll be in the Lord's audience chamber. That's typically where he is this time of day. I can't imagine he's anything else. Is there anything else I can do for you, or you? What would you like done with your bodies when he's finished with you? Any particular requests, or can I just make you residents of the city? And he points out. He does a swirly motion with his finger out towards the city. Particular funerary
like
rites?
The last
that
rites
like,
of the
or?
Church of Roy. Yes, the rites of Roy, please.
Not super
So
familiar
yeah,
with those. Do you have a pamphlet or a book or something?
I'll hand him one of my pocket copies of the Book of Roy.
Which part? Oh,
Read this,
good
brother,
Rusty.
and get yourself educated.
I think not. This is quite a lengthy tome, and he starts. He's like, definitely not. He pages through it and starts reading. He's like, nope, absolutely not. Which part of this has your funerary rites? Can you highlight it? And he gives you back the book.
It's
And,
somewhere in there. There's some contradictory rules. Just do your best.
do my best. Very well, then. He slaps the Book of Roy closed and chucks it over his shoulder to the snow.
You can send my corpse back to Cleave Salai.
I mean, that's quite a journey. I'm not sure we have any emissaries that are going to be able to get to Cleave Salai without any kind of trouble. That's somebody's going to kill an undead messenger long before they deliver your body. I can animate your corpse and send it orders to walk there, and maybe you make it, maybe you don't. That work for you?
I'll be dead, so it won't matter.
That works for you. That's what I'm hearing. Cool. All right. Anybody else then, or can I just throw you in the city?
Just burn me.
Fowl's at this point just shaking her head. She looks confused.
Marty's really entertained by this conversation.
Burning,
actually.
got it. Okay, the pretty man gets burnt. I mean, it's a waste of a fine specimen, if I do say so myself. And he gives you kind of like a little, hey, how you doing kind of look. But,
What was your
as
name
you
again?
wish. Marston. I did not introduce myself. Terribly rude of me. I'm the major domo for General Orban. Marston is the name. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate getting the you see he's shying away from the sunlight. Like inside the keep, there seems to be sort of a hazy twilight kind of thing, and there's also a veil that's over. You guys have noticed now that you're inside, there's a veil that sort of also diminishes that a little bit. So it's not dark, but it's also like not super well lit. Think of like the lighting level is about that of like a candlelit romantic evening inside the keep. And there's some brighter beams of sun that have come through the open door in the gate, and he seems to be avoiding those brighter beams, quite determinedly staying out of that.
Okay.
So,
Shall we go?
Yeah, I guess we'll do
good day. I'd say see you again, but it won't. Except for you, handsome man. Your corpse and I may have some fun. I mean, you said burn me, and I will, but
You didn't
That's
say burn me
being
right
united.
away.
I didn't say when. Have fun. And he turns and begins walking. He turns and walks away.
Marty shudders.
He goes
I
off
would
towards
prefer
where
to
there
not
was a
die
stable.
here.
All the more
Fowls,
reasons not to die.
like,
All
well,
the more
that
reason
was,
to not die today.
yeah, that was fucking creepy. Should we, shall we then? And she starts heading off towards the main doors of the keep, which are open, by the way.
Sure.
Okay, you follow Fowl through the main doors of the keep, and you're inside a giant palatial great hall. There doesn't seem... It's quite different than outside. In the town outside, there was undead bustling and hustling everywhere. Contrarily, inside the keep, you don't see anybody. There are no... You don't see any skeletons or zombies or anything wandering around. It's just literally completely empty. It is a hollow ghost town. Your footsteps echo across the ice and ring loudly. It's super creepy and uncomfortable. The great room is just a big empty room. There are statues, all of the same sort of effete looking, vaguely high cheekboned fellow in various and sundry martial poses. There's some with a guy with that figure holding a sword, and that figure triumphing over, engaged in combat, all kinds of glorious martial scenes. And it's like a statuary corridor, so there's a bunch of different poses of all of the victorious, and they're all of the exact same vaguely Eastern European looking fellow all the way through. It takes you
the Carpathian.
Yeah, kind of that sort of vibe is what you get. Yeah.
Okay. And then is all the lighting coming through the ice and the ceiling kind of it's the haze, or is there lights? Is there candles and stuff?
You don't see any candles or torches, but there are places where the light is emanating from in the roof of it. You don't know what's creating it, but it's like a pleasant sort of low lit level of a candle lit dinner or a nice restaurant. It's not bright, but think slightly brighter than like a movie theater when the house lights are on. About like that level.
Okay.
The main hallway is empty except for the statues. So like there's a carpet on the floor, like a blue carpet, and you walk the carpet leads up to another set of double doors, which actually are closed at the other end. They're smaller than the doors at the grand entrance, but they're still pretty big.
Everything's still made of ice.
Everything is still made of ice with the exception of the carpet. Carpet appears to be carpet. File looks around. She's like, "Wow, this guy's got some self-worth on this fellow, huh?" She walks over to one of the statues and like tweaks its chin. It does a little chin scratchy thing. Ah, well, we'll fix that. And then she starts marching determinedly towards the end of the doors at the end of the Grey Hall.
Marty's gonna stick close to Val.
I'll be right behind.
All right.
Yep.
She walks up to the door and stops and says, "I'm assuming on the other side of this is going to be a vampire lord. I'm guessing none of you guys have ever fought one of those before.
Oh no.
What do you know about vampires? Like, I mean, we probably should have done this earlier, huh?
They like to charm people.
Yeah, holy water, stakes to the heart, whatnot. Orban is, I don't know how to say this diplomatically, so I'm just gonna say it. He's way out of your guys' league. When it comes, if we have to fight him, and I don't know, the whole thing's been kind of weird. Maybe we won't. But should we have to fight him, leave Orban to me. I don't know as you guys would be well served to try and engage him martially, because based on the statues, and she motions behind her, it looks like maybe he's a pretty skilled warrior. So you guys just sort of cover my back and leave the vampire lord to me. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
No offense taken.
All right then. Anything else comes in the room or tries to intervene in our in our showdown between Orban and I, that's what I'm relying on you guys to do. You guys cover me. I'll handle him. You handle everything else. Okay?
Yeah.
You got it.
We'll be covering you.
Do you want us to burn a hole in the roof?
She's a cleric. She has daylight.
Okay.
That's true.
She points at Soul Center and says what he said, and also, considering we're under the roof, that seems like a spectacularly bad idea.
I do
Anything
like
else?
fire in general.
Is
I
she
appreciate
saying,
she-
we just shouldn't attack him at all, or that we should mostly focus on other stuff.
I don't want to tell you how to
The
live your
opportunity
life.
comes-
If you want to chip in and fight a vampire lord, more power to you. I'm concerned for your safety if you engage him. I don't know if this guy's been alive for who knows how long. Who knows what kind of martial training he has. I can't guarantee your safety. You're welcome to chip in if you like, but I can't promise. Fuck it. Do whatever you want. I can't promise your safety anywhere. We're in the south of the wall in a vampire lord's castle. I don't even know why we're having this conversation. We should all already be dead.
Fair enough.
Do what
Marty's
you will.
gonna- Marty's gonna ask
Good
Val.
times any.
Yeah, are you gonna try to talk to him first, or are you just rushing in just so we know what you're doing?
I mean, I'm not gonna rush in. I don't know. I've never confronted a vampire lord in his own castle south of the wall before, so I'm kind of winging it. If you get my drift, I don't mean to sound flippant or to give you guys a lack of confidence, but I haven't done this before either. So
Can I
Fair.
can I give her a bardic inspiration?
absolutely, yeah.
Before we go in.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So,
Okay. If you guys want to prep anything, I mean, go ahead and do that. I guess I don't have any preparations for myself, except for this is all I'm doing, and she takes out her holy symbol and kisses it slightly, and then whispers a small prayer and tucks it back in her. She drops it outside of her bodice, so it's visibly displayed. Slexi, you recognize the fact that she has cast protection from good and evil on herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on myself.
I'm gonna throw a mirror image on myself.
yeah. So bardic inspirations for Fal, Ume, and Martinique.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys take a couple turns and cast some spells, and
Are
then
this
Fal's
a
like,
D8
"Everybody ready?"
now?
Should I haste someone before we go in too, or?
I mean, you may want to wait. We don't know what's on. What if he's not in there?
That may be in
Let's
the
not
moment.
overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right,
Yes,
then.
we're
She
good.
turns and pushes on the doors, and they swing open in perfect silence. And we'll do a little map change. That would be this. This may take a second to load.
Ooh.
Snow White. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
I'm going to move some of this stuff. Okay, so you guys are going to be over here. Place yourselves anywhere in this doorway. Also, we need a file, don't we? Who was
I certainly hope we have foul.
who was
Otherwise, we're
standing
all
in
dead.
for foul last time? I genuinely don't remember.
You had
I think-
Jonas.
I think you made just
Ah,
like
yeah.
a big, a random big person with the hammer. And
It was
said,
yeah, it was Jonas. Jonas is foul. So foul's going to be in the front. You guys can be wherever you want, but please be behind foul. Somewhere in this little like entry hallway.
Oh, I see.
So you guys walk in and you see this. There are 3 bored-looking vampires standing at attention in front of the dais. You guys recognize these as vampire spawns. There are 2 other vampires that are adjacent to a very bored-looking man sitting on a throne. The bored-looking man on the throne you recognize from the guy out in the hallway who was on the statues, the high cheekboned fellow. When you walk in, he looks up and he says, "Go away." Val looks confused. She says, "I beg your pardon." "I said, go away."
How about no?
I mean, we kind of just were let in.
"Yes, I see that you have made yourself at home in my castle, but I do not care. Go away." Val steps forward a little bit and she's like, "No, we're not going away. We're here to destroy you, vampire lord." And Orban snorts a little. "Yes, destroy me. Very good. Another set of adventurers here. I find your presence tedious. Just go away."
Can we move up with Val, or are we just?
Yeah.
You guys can, you may move wherever you like. Val continues to walk forward and she's like, "No, vampire lord, you destroyed my village, killed my family. I am here to deliver you to justice." And once again, the Orban snorts. "Yes, very good. This week's more adventurers here to do harm to me. Do you even know who I am? I mean, you said my name, so I assume that you know who I am." And Val says, "You're the slaughter of innocents, the general of the necromancer's armies. You've led the assault on Kent." And Orban interrupts her. He's like, yes, I'm okay. Very well. You know who I am. "I've been on this plane for 852 years. Do you realize how many adventurers like yourself have come to destroy me?" And he sort of waits a minute, as if their question wasn't rhetorical.
At least 2.
I would
Yes.
say, yeah, at least 2. Yeah.
Yes, 2, indeed. Yes, at least 2 is a good guess. Very, very clever there. I see that you're the smart one of the group. Delightful. Do you know how many have succeeded?
I mean, you're still there.
Well, wrong. Many. I've lost count of the number of times I've been destroyed by adventurers, because it doesn't matter. None of it. Nothing matters except the will of the Master. The Master cannot be thwarted. Not by you, not even by me, you are specks of earth beneath the butts of a worm, and it doesn't matter. Once I spent an entire year getting up each morning and walking out into the sun to destroy myself, knowing that I would be burnt to ashes in perfect agony, and every day I woke in my coffin again the next morning. It doesn't matter if you destroy me. The Master will just bring me back. The Master has forgotten more about death than even your puny god," and he points at Val and Soulsetter, "has ever known. When it comes to the matters of death, the necromancer is supreme. So again, I say to you, go away. You bore me. My minions are not obligated to attack you unless the master tells us to, and honestly, he apparently doesn't even give a shit that you're here, or he would have mentioned it. I haven't even been summoned to advise on how best to deploy the master's armies against your idiotic invasion that you have going on. The master does not care about you or your plans, and so neither do I. I say again, then, go away. And he sits back down in his chair and returns to looking bored. Fowl turns to look at you guys and sort of looks perplexed, and then steps forward and says, well, I may have something that will interest you then. And she comes forward and reaches into her robe and pulls out the Sphere of Unmaking. And when she pulls that out in her hand, General Orban perks up. He's like, this is a very interesting object. Where did you get this? How did you come across something of this nature? And Fowl says, that's not for you to know, vampire. And he's like, yes, the hostility. Oh, so you're very angry. Ooh, look out. Oh, it'll be... You have what I want. But that said, I see that you have a Sphere of Unmaking, but I cannot allow you to use it upon me. Many gesh have been placed upon me by the Master. I cannot willingly surrender to his enemies or betray the Master's causes. You tempt me greatly, little Furbolg, with your Sphere of Unmaking. That is perhaps one thing which might release me from this torment, but it doesn't matter. I cannot allow you to approach even a single step forward. I am compelled. The Master's will is unbreakable. You come closer with that device, and I must destroy you. I will have no choice. It is your decision. Step forward and die, or go away. And Fowl seems to hesitate for a moment, and then she steps forward. And at this point, we're going to roll initiative.
I mean, the walk back would just take for fucking ever.
Yeah, it'd be a
So let me get a sheet going here. Hold on a sec.
I think I figured out what's bugging me about our table. The Colonel doesn't have all the dice. Colonel has.
Oh,
No
do you
wonder.
need more, Colonel? I can spawn you more if
I
you would like.
do.
Okay, hold on one second.
Insufficient amounts.
Let me get some initiative scores recorded here.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm very busy. If you could just come back another time, that'd be terrific.
Yeah. We have like other shit we'd rather be
Yes.
doing than sitting in an icebox.
This fight was not what I intended.
It was not my intention.
Oh yeah, Clocky, what'd you get?
Will we actually be here?
20.
Biddy.
Oh, sorry. 15.
Silk.
10.
Lexi.
19.
And Colonel.
12.
At 12. Okay. We sort this. Oh, hold on. There's one other person I forgot to roll for, and she's sort of important.
Oh, and I also have protection of good and evil. So.
Got it. Okay. So that exchange probably took about 7 rounds. So anything that you cast before you walk in the room decrease its duration by 7 turns. 7.
Gotcha.
All right. So Fowl steps forward, and it's then going to be the general's turn. So as soon as Fowl steps forward, the general, I wouldn't say he leaps to his feet. He more teleports. Like, he moves so fast you can't really, like, your eye doesn't even register it. It's just suddenly he's standing in front of the throne in this square, and he has a blade in his hand. The blade itself is made of what appears to be nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean, like, the void, any light that falls on it is just absorbed. It's like looking at a sword made out of nothingness. And when he steps up and comes forward, and he's going to take some swings at Foul.
Insight check says, "Don't get hit by that."
Shot in the dark, probably named a Void Blade.
Everybody make an Arcana check for me. You may know what this is.
Not great.
Let me know if any of you beat a 25.
Nope.
Just a 20, sadly.
I'm glad I got that one out of the way on that roll.
Well, it's certainly some manner of magical sword, but it's not anything that any of you guys recognize off of the cuff. So he steps forward and then takes... How many swings do you get? Sorry, vampires have their fucking full page in the monster manual. They have their... let's see. Got it, okay. It's actually going to swing that sword twice at Foul. So he swings his sword, Foul parries one, and the other one slices across her upper thigh. When it slices across her upper thigh, you hear a hissing sound. It sounds like blood evaporating or boiling, and it smells terrible. I need to roll. Got it. Okay. So Foul hisses as the blade slices across her leg, and then Biddy, you are up.
Ooh, okay. Let me see my range on this. Choices here. I guess I'll go up to here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't quite get me what I want. Let me see. So maybe I'll just do a fireball. Seems like a nice, easy one. Not my typical approach, but we're trying different things this time. What can I get with a 20-foot radius here? I should be able to
literally every single person. You can hit all of the bad guys and Foul. Alternatively, you can catch these 4 guys. If you back it up one, it catches the 4 guys in the middle and not Foul, but you also miss these 2 dudes. So you can catch the middle 4, or you can catch literally everybody plus Foul.
I'm going to play it safe and not catch Foul.
Okay, probably a good idea.
Say DC 19.
Got it. What do you add, vampires? Okay. Okay. Roll some damage for me.
Damage is 25.
25, so that's you. You. And you. You throw the fireball. Orban is in the area of effect, but when it comes around him, the flames just sort of wrap around him as if he has some manner of shield or protection against the fire. They don't appear to do anything. The other vampires these 3 vampires in the middle, however, look quite scorched and singed.
Very good.
Anything else?
I will end my turn.
Oh, all of the vampires they're hissing. When you threw a fireball, they're like, "Sah!" And they all begin drawing weapons and moving to attack.
Oh, I figured they would be doing that anyway.
Nothing else?
That's it.
Okay, so it's going to be this man's turn. He flits forward at superhuman speed. Just like snaps. Not anywhere near as fast as Orban when Orban moved quickly, but he's going to come forward and attempt to bite Slexy. Nope, that's a miss. Then he's also going to claw you, which also missed. So he steps forward, claw, bite. This vampire in the middle seems to be ignoring Foul altogether. Moves to here. He's gonna try and bite you, Biddy. You're mirror imaged, correct?
I am mirror imaged.
Throw a d20 for me and tell me whether it hit a mirror or not.
Sorry. think that. Let me. Sorry, I need to read what the roll thing is. I got a 15, which I think means you hit a dupe.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, you hit a dupe. Yeah.
What's the AC? It's 13.
Yes.
Okay, so that one vanishes, and then he's gonna claw. Is that you or a dupe?
So I roll again. Sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
roll
gotcha.
again. So he came up and bit into one of your images right where its neck was, and then it vanishes
Yep,
with
it's
a
a
pop.
dupe.
Okay,
13
and
on a
then
dupe.
he swings a claw through the chest of another dupe, and it also pops away. Boop.
Alrighty.
And he is done. It is this man's turn. He's gonna come to here, and he's gonna try and bite and claw Ume. You have
Alright.
protection from evil, right?
Correct.
Okay, he is undead, so that qualifies. What's your AC?
20.
Okay, you are hit. He is biting you. Okay, so you're gonna take. So you take 8 piercing damage
Okay.
and 3 necrotic damage from the bite.
Hmm. Necrosis.
Should have expected that, huh?
You also need to make a. What's the DC on this? Oh, hold on a second. It may not be. Got it. Okay. Your maximum hit points have been reduced by 3.
Ooh.
So he comes forward, sinks his fangs into Ume's neck. You hear a large slurping sound. And he
Ugh.
pulls his face away, covered in blood, and then tries to swipe you with the claw, but misses. And Colonel, you are up.
I'd
There's
like
a-
to get it.
There's a dude sucking face with your lady and not like in a consensual way.
Yeah, and there's a lot more blood going on than an average necking would qualify for.
Typically, yeah. That's the worst hickey you've ever seen, Colonel.
Oh my god. Okay, so that vampire is still attached to Ume's neck.
So he bit her, drained some of her blood, and then pulled his face away, and then tried to claw at her as well, but she fended off the claw bite. They're not grappled or anything.
Oh, okay.
Pete, I believe I was skipped.
Nope.
What did you roll?
Mine was 12.
Mine was
We started at foul, and she was lower than you.
Ah.
You didn't get skipped. Your top of the order actually got bumped around because of the way things worked out. Don't worry, I got you. You're on the initiative stack.
I'm gonna actually go for an insight check on the one that's closest to the squishy spellcaster.
Okay. Needs to make a deception check then.
20?
See what his deception is like. Vampires are pretty good at that.
Yeah. seems-
Not good
Vampires
enough.
are good at stuff.
You are insightfully fighting him. He appears to be some manner of vampire, like he's gonna bite you and try and drink your blood and claw your face off.
Don't let the vampire give you a hickey. Got it.
Don't kiss a vampire. That's what you have learned. Probably best to not kiss him.
Not if they sparkle.
I mean, if they sparkle, you're supposed to get into a self-destructive romance with them, but this guy is not sparkling.
Ah, dude, they're gonna remove the engine from my car if I do that.
Even though Marty is partial to self-destructive relationships, this is not what he had in mind. Let's see. 22 to hit?
Oh, that's a hit, yeah.
Excellent. Damage.
Thanks, Marty. I appreciate it. Not die. Running out of illusions.
Whatever we gotta do. Okay, is that right? Holy shit. 28?
Looks right, yeah. Okay, so he comes forward and you shank him right through one of his gross undead eyes. There's a rapier in it, and you pull it out. There's an eyeball skewered onto the tip of your blade, and he just hisses at you.
Gross.
And as he does that, you notice that his eye begins, like the bleeding, that very tiny bit of blood leaks out, and then also that eye closes, and you can tell it's starting to grow back already.
Ew.
But there is still an eyeball skewered on the tip of your blade. Like you still got an eyeball on there.
Is it looking around on my sword?
It is not. No, it is just well, like it's mostly just goo. But
Okay.
You gonna eat that?
Holy shit.
Orban says no, and you shouldn't either. I've tried it; they're disgusting.
They don't taste good.
No, I mean his eyeball. When have you ever known eyeball to be delicious?
I'm gonna actually stay put, hopefully, so that the vampire will target me and not the spellcaster. So I think that's my turn.
All right. So this lady is going to. She moves to here and dodges. And not your turn yet. Silk, you're up.
So the map, are these actual windows with like light behind them?
Yes, but also they appear to be windows, but not the kind that you can see through. There is some more light emanating from, like, the soft light from outside is coming through those windows, but it's not anything that you would even be considered daylight.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get sunlight on our vampire friends.
So the whole city, if you remember when you stepped through the dome outside, was sort of encased in kind of some manner of like twilightish spell. Even if you were to smash the windows, no daylight would be coming through because the whole city is shielded from daylight.
Okay.
You saw wraiths and shadows and whatnot as you were walking through the city. Those are also creatures that are normally damaged by being in the sun. None of them seem to be perturbed by the light level.
All right. So
good thought. You can smash the window if you want. I'm just saying it's probably not likely to be super effective. Nobody else outside seemed to care. I hate that I understand all the Twilight references now. You're welcome, Moscow. Welcome to movie night.
I guess let's see here. I'm going to throw a greater invisibility at Foul.
Oh.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Are you close enough?
Oh wait,
it's
no.
touch.
I mean, he can run up.
Oh,
you probably can't get close enough to touch her. But yeah, you do have to touch somebody to greater invisibility. Yep, you're not quite fast enough. You need another 10 feet of movement. Good thought, but not. You could literally greater invisibility anybody but Foul. She's a little too far forward. Anybody else you could get to and touch though.
Let's just focus on getting these guys.
If you recall, Foul said,
Okay.
"I don't need any help though." Just if you remember her pre-combat briefing.
That was
I took that to be more like, don't actually fight him, but like,
Let's clear all the
not
people out around.
Chads completely.
Make an invisible murder samurai.
Swing.
But okay, so let's see. Thinking 20-foot radius. I can do some work with that. So I'm looking at a hungry Hadar for
Okay.
some area suppression. I see a 20-foot radius.
So if you did here, like you could drop it. Well, there's not really a great number of places you can do that without hitting your allies. That catches Foul. There's not a lot of good spots for it at the moment. You're gonna have trouble hitting enemies and not hitting friends. Yeah, there's nowhere you can catch more than one without also hitting an ally. Oh wait, you know what? That may not be. What if we put it here? Nope. What about here? Doesn't. Nope. It's still just one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way you can do it without hitting at least one friendly if you want to catch two people.
I guess I'm going to advance and throw a spirit weapon dodge. So get a spiritual weapon out.
Okay, grab just plop a D4 wherever you want, anywhere within 60 feet of you. And you can make a swing as part of that casting, so bonk a vampire. Or Biddy. Whichever. Which guy are you bonking?
It doesn't matter.
The dude that the colonel skewered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we should probably concentrate damage if they heal.
Typically a good idea, yeah.
Especially since they heal.
and I guess I'll move up to like here so I can get some kind of line of sight.
What'd you get
And,
to hit here on your bonk?
An 11.
Oh, that's a miss.
And I guess I'll throw some Baja Blast at him. I feel like doing damage is more useful than me dodging here, so.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Don't underestimate the dodge.
A natural 20. So for
So a crit?
27.
Got it.
Yep.
27's a hit. I mean, the nat 20 always hits. Doesn't even matter. What'd you get for the other one?
19.
Also a hit.
Okay. So I need
3d10 plus twice your charisma bonus.
okay, so that critical is 17.
Okay, and that's force damage. Got it?
Yep, and that's 12.
12. Okay.
So he takes 29 force.
Okay. So the hammer swings over his head and comes with a whiff, but then you put a Baja Blast in the eye socket that Colonel just blasted out and widen that hole. And then you throw another Baja Blast as a follow-up right in the center of his chest. That vampire is hissing, but this time when he hisses, a bunch of blood just flies out of his mouth. Colonel, you just got sprayed Kill Bill style, and it's all gross and smelly. Anything else, Silk?
That's what I can do. So, yep.
Okay. This lady comes up to here and dodges. Clocky, you're up.
All right. Go up to here.
Okay.
Bonus action, channel divinity on this,
You got it.
and great weapon mastery. First attack. That's not gonna hit.
What'd
Second
you get?
attack. 9.
9 is a miss.
And the second attack. Wow. All right. Get the bad rolls out of the way early. All right. The second attack was a 12.
Also a miss.
Man, that's my turn.
Okay. Slexy, you're up.
Okay.
There's a vampire. He's in front of you.
I know.
He's waving his fists around. He looks angry. Or hungry. You can't really tell.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Could be both. I mean, let's not... It could be both.
Well, so are there's like pillars and stuff in here?
This is actually just this isn't a carpet. It's like a mosaic that's been carved into the ice itself.
Okay.
It's all frozen and perfectly smooth, but it seems like there was different colored waters, or maybe waters that have been infused with some weird minerals that they poured into a carving on the floor and allowed to freeze. The place itself, though, is like perfectly smooth and zambonied like a fresh hockey rink.
Okay. I will.
These pillars do exist, though.
Okay. Oh, I want to cast Daylight, but I don't know what I should cast. If I should just cast it on my hammer or something I'm holding, or...
I don't even think Daylight has to be cast on an object, does it? You can just put it on...
I think so. Point you choose. Oh, it can also just be a point you choose.
Yeah, you can just make it float in the air.
Yeah, I'll cast Daylight. Damn it. But if I can cast it on something, then I can move it around if I need to.
That's correct. And you can cast it on, put it on your hand. You can put it on your hammer, you can put it on your shield. You can stick it on a pillar, you can put it on the floor, wherever you want. Just
I'll take my holy symbol.
Okay.
And I'll cast it on that.
All right. Is your holy symbol affixed to your shield, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got it. All right. So you go to cast Daylight. Orban says no and wiggles a finger at you.
Meh.
Okay.
Is he casting counterspell or something?
He did something.
He's casting something.
It could be a legendary, or it could be a...
If he's casting a spell, can I counterspell it?
You can attempt to
don't
counterspell
know.
that, yes.
Okay, I'll attempt to counterspell.
What spell are you using to counter? Just counterspell?
Just counterspell, yeah.
Okay,
Third
counterspell
level.
does not work.
Do I have to cast the spell? Or
You gotta-
is the
you gotta make
spell
a roll.
that-
Make
like,
a-
am
you
I
gotta- you're gonna have
targeting
to-
a spell or?
Well, if you're gonna counterspell, you cast it, but now you gotta make a roll. It's not an automatic success with counterspell because the spell you used is higher than 30.
Oh, I see.
So
Gotcha,
you just
okay.
gotta make a roll.
I have to make a roll.
Correct.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was. Oh, right. I have to make a check. That's.
Yep.
I see what it is. Make an ability check using your spell cast. Okay, I see what it
Yep,
is.
yep.
10 plus the spell's level. Okay. So I roll and add my intelligence modifier.
Correct.
And that is a 17.
Okay. So that's anything 7th level or lower?
Yeah, 7th level or lower.
Okay. He waves another finger and says, "No, no, no." And your counterspell got counterspelled.
Ah,
All right. Fair play. Fair play.
Your
Excellent work.
your daylight
Electric
also
style
was
count.
counterspelled, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
No cheating. No cheating. Anything else, Lex?
I think that's it.
Okay, he did use a legendary action there. So Foul's gonna try and poke him with the Sphere of Unmaking.
Poke him.
She missed. So she takes the sphere and tries to poke it in the center of his chest, but the count he's zipping around all super celerity fast. She pushes it out, and all you see is her fist go into like a motion blur of where he is, but when she pulls her fist back, she still has the Sphere of Unmaking in the center of her hand, and Count Orban is still exactly where he was. And he's gonna pull his sword out and slash at her a few more times. Those are both hits. And then one more. Okay, got it. So that is... Okay. So his blade slashes across her other thigh, and then also once across her upper shoulder. Every time she gets struck by the blade, you hear like a violent hissing sound, like when you throw water on a hot skillet, except it smells like burnt copper. Also, he is now in this square. And Biddy, you're up.
Yikes! Threatened by the count here.
He's actually not facing you because he's facing Foul, but yeah, he
I
is
see.
adjacent to you.
Okay, I got a few options here.
I told you to go away. You should have listened. Now you will join the residents of the city, unless Marston has made other arrangements.
Marty shudders again.
All right, I think I'll cast a 4th level blindness on the 3 guys in front of me, the count and these 2 minions here.
Okay,
So they make a con save against 19 and to be blinded.
got it. Okay, this lady is blind.
Okay. Kind of don't want to move, and so that probably means I just pass my turn.
Blinded. It's a condition, not a spell effect. Okay. Okay, that lady is blind.
Okay, and I will pass my turn.
You got it. Okay, so then we're up to this guy. He's gonna try Slexy. The vampire in front of you is going in for a nice bite here. What's your AC?
23.
Probably a miss. Yep. Okay, bite misses. He's gonna swing a claw at you. Also a miss. So he bites and puts his mouth on your shield, and you hear his teeth skirl across it. He's like, I have chipped a tooth. Then he claws at you futilely. That's it for him. It is this guy's turn, who is squared off against Martinique. This guy's gonna try and bite him some Marty.
22 AC.
Yeah, that's a miss. And he's gonna try and claw him some Marty, which is also a miss. He
Good.
does heal, however.
Good old disadvantage.
So that
Marty does
eye
not-
hole that Bardatos widened with his Baja Blast is now back to just missing eye size. And it is this guy. This guy's gonna go try and take a little bit of sweet kiss of Ume. He's got a taste for Ume at this point. No good there. Follow up claw. Whoop, you did get clawed though.
They're going good through disadvantage.
Oh, you're right. He did. Never mind. I forgot about that. Never mind. The bite missed. And then the claw also missed. All right. You got to remind me about that stuff because I'm never going to remember. So he comes in to take some bite at you, but he seems rebuffed by the power of your holy aura. And Colonel, you're up.
I make with the stabbing.
Stab away.
19?
19's a hit.
Great. $22 damage.
Okay. All right. So you follow up on the stab. So the Baja Blast eye healed. You stab him in the other eye, and he turns into a cloud of mist.
Oh, and dips.
And that mist begins to do. Well, it doesn't do anything yet. But you stab that vampire, and he vanishes into a cloud of mist.
Okay. With my bonus action, can I get inside on this other vampire that's next to me?
You betcha.
I think it might be a vampire.
It is, in fact, a vampire. Yeah.
19?
I gotta make a deception roll. Nope, no good.
Bummer.
Well, yep, no good. So you try to figure out what this vampire's fighting style is, but for some reason it's like you've never seen movies or TV. You're still confounded.
And never mind the fact that its mouth is dripping with Ume's blood.
Yeah, a little bit of blood on there, but what are you gonna do? Anything else?
I believe that's it.
Okay, it is this gal's turn. Gonna bite and claw at a wizard. Some of that delicious
Still got
blood.
one dupe left.
Well,
See if we can.
no,
deflect
that missed completely. Did I get
Okay.
you or a dupe?
You did not. You got me.
Okay.
But,
Oh.
You got clawed then, so she.
oh, I thought you
bite
said it
and
missed. Okay.
The bite missed, but she still gets a claw.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I rolled. Okay, I see. So that roll was for the one that hit. Gotcha.
Her first
So,
attack
so
missed
I'll-
even. Her first attack didn't even hit a duplicate. Like
I understand. I'll cast shield in response.
I
Get
rolled.
plus,
I rolled a
5,
20.
I believe it is. Ah, well, okay.
So, yeah, you got critical.
Was I allowed? Are you allowed to see the roll before you cast shield or no?
Yeah, you know what they roll. You don't know whether or not it hit, but you know what they roll.
Oh, okay.
20 though,
Well,
chances are.
if I knew they rolled a 20, then I'm not casting shield.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And that's fine.
Fair enough.
Oh, I don't have to re-roll that.
Okay.
That was a 1, so 7.
I
Okay.
guess I could chrono shift it actually, but I'll deal with it. I'll just.
Oh,
take it.
claws
It's
do
fine.
different. Sorry, that's the wrong damage. Claws are less. Take 8 slashing.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Do I lose max HP or something? or
Nope,
does
she
that
just
take
clawed
damage?
at you and tore some. She swung her claws and came down and tore across your chest. You got some. I had overly aggressively passionate sex and think maybe things got a little out of control. Kind of slashed down your chest. Ooh, sweetling, you shall be
Wasn't that so
mine.
bad?
Oh, this is but a sample of the torments I have inspired for you. Silk, you're up. She blows you a kiss on Winks, Biddy.
I'll blow her a kiss back.
Oh, he's a spirited one. I like that. Can I keep this one, Orban?
All
So-
right. So I'm gonna go ahead and run up and touch Martinique with some greater invisibility.
Okay.
Ooh, sick.
Oh yeah. It's the good stuff.
And then the hammer's gonna take a swing at this vampire there.
You got it. Womp away. All right, Martinique, you are invisible.
Cool. Mechanically, what does that do for me?
I mean, things have disadvantage to attack you, and you have advantage to attack them.
Does that mean I get to use my sneak damage automatically?
Yes,
Sweet.
because you have advantage.
Fuck
Also, if you hide and then move, things won't know what square you're in either. That's another.
This
Hiding
is
is an
extremely
action.
good.
Yeah, greater invisibility is a great spell.
I can use it as a bonus action, though, because of my rogue.
Yeah, rogues can hide as a bonus action. Yeah.
Damn.
Did you hit Bartas with the hammer? What'd you get?
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, yes.
Okay. Grab one of these D8s. takes 8.
8 force damage for which one are you, Lady Two? Got it. Okay. Wrong person.
That
Sorry.
concludes.
It's actually this guy.
That concludes what I can do.
Got it. Okay. So that was Silk. It is this lady's turn. This lady turns into a bat.
That's a burp. That's a freedom
This
pit.
blindness doesn't matter too much when they're a bat. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
And she's gonna move to 1, 2, 3. She flies to here. And Clocky, you're up.
All right. Hit the person that I have Channel Divinity on.
Okay,
next.
swing away.
Get some.
All right. First attack.
Do your worst, Paladin. I have fought 1,000 men such as yourself.
Good
You
God,
are but a
my-
feeble woman. You have no chance against me or my master.
Wow, she's a sexist too.
He is a
All
dude.
right.
He is a
11 on one and 17 on the other one.
11's a miss, but 17 hits.
I'm angry. I'm going to use a Divine Smite here.
Smite him.
That is a total of 40 damage.
Okay, got it.
Dang.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, the power of the radiant. By the way, everybody's using a magic weapon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I had
Yes.
assumed everybody had a magic weapon. I just wanted to make sure. Got it. So that's it for Cloggy. Slexy, you're up.
Ooh, music. I will spiritual weapon.
Okay. Plop one wherever you like.
Yeah.
Here I'm gonna shade one of these so we can. I'll make this one purple. There you go. Now we can differentiate between you and Bardatos.
I'm gonna put it over here.
Womp away. You get a freebie.
Womp at the one guy everyone seems to be smacking on.
Okay, good strategy.
Yep.
1d8 plus 4.
Every D&D fight is a hog pile.
Oh, wow.
You hog
Kill
pile
Kill
the
stuff
guy
for-
until
that's-
it's dead, and then kill the next thing.
Rinse and repeat.
How much Lex? Sorry, I missed that.
6 plus 4, 10.
10 force damage. Got it. 10 more. Okay.
And then I'm just gonna smack the guy in front of me.
So your hammer comes over here and wallops this dude in the back of the knee with like a dirty shot, and he's like, and substantial. Aye, sir. Fighting dirty, I see. It will avail you not.
15.
15's a hit. This is a hammer wampin.
Yep.
Okay.
7 plus 8.
Okay, 15. Got it. All right, so you knock this guy to a knee with the hammer, and he's hissing and taunting you, and then you're like, whatever, and you just plant your hammer square in this dude's face. You hear his nose crunch, and you see it flatten. Anything else?
That's it. I should probably have disengaged or gone over to the other side, but
Yeah, sometimes you get stuck in melee. That's fine. So back to Foul. She's going to try and poke the general once again with her Orb of Unmaking. So she swings at it like sideways and swipes it through his torso, and he does the I'm moving way too fast, the way faster than I should thing. But she aborts that strike sort of midway through and then pushes it directly behind her. And you hear Orban hiss, but then you see him actually appear in this square. He's like, very tricksy little Futterbog, but I am trixier. And it is now his turn, so he's going to step forward and slash that Foul again with his hissing sword. One hit. Okay, so his blade goes through Foul's upper left shoulder in the classic movie Hero Wounds. You hear the blood hissing as it boils away on the blade of his sword again, and Foul's like, Biddy, back to you. Foul looks she's got a lot of like slashes, and everywhere you can see that she is slashed is sort of like looks like a wound that's been left to fester. Every place she's been hit.
Yeah, that's not good.
You're up, Biddy.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. Yeah, okay. I'm going to try to use temporal stasis on the general. DC 19 con save or become
Okay.
incapacitated. Or momentary stasis.
He passed.
Okay, and then I will Misty Step. Back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll Misty Step back here and end my turn.
It is this guy, so this man is gonna slip around, try and get behind you, Soul Setter. He's gonna bite and claw. So he slips around behind you and bites, and all you hear is his broken tooth shatter even further on the shoulder plate of your armor from behind. And he tries to claw at your leg and your hamstring, but your armor, like you hear his claws just skirl along your armor with the like screech of steel. It is this guy's turn. This guy's still got a sweet hankering for the fresh taste of ume, so he's going in for another bite. Is your protection from good and evil still up?
Yeah, last 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah, so
That's a miss then. And also a miss. Okay, so bite claw, also a miss. Colonel, your turn.
Okay, now I'm invisible. It's exciting.
You are indeed invisible.
I'm going to hit this person that took the big old hit
Okay.
last turn.
You have advantage against them, so swing on.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Didn't mean to reroll that one. 23.
23's it.
$19 damage.
Okay, got it. You skewer him through a kidney. That would ordinarily be very bad news for a person, but this guy, you just poke through him like sticking a thermometer into a loaf of bread, and like it comes out clean.
I'm going to. So if I hide and move, then they don't know what square I'm in because I'm invisible now.
Correct. But you can't really hide. You need cover or concealment of some variety to hide, and it's not dark enough in here.
Yeah, they're like these pillars are a little far off. So
well, so the problem is you're adjacent to people. If you step away, you would then, because you're invisible, you would actually be able to hide then.
If I move off here and
you can do that, but unless you disengage, you're going to get opt.
Well, I can't disengage and hide as in the same round, so I guess I'm just going to stay put.
Okay.
And pass turn.
All right, so it is 81.
Can't wait for my second attack.
Well,
One more level.
You may run, my sweetling, but you won't escape. In the meantime, let's see how this fellow tastes. What's your AC, Bardatos?
19.
Okay, she comes up and takes a bite at you, and you put your shield in her mouth. Her teeth leave some teeth marks in it, but you did get clawed. Take 9 piercing. Or rather, 9 slashing, sorry. And it is your turn.
Cool.
I'm coming for you, my darling one. She blows a kiss at you again, Biddy. Licks her lips.
Same to you.
Going to taste that sweet, sweet magic in your blood.
So the one that Marty stabbed, is immune? Are they just like immune to piercing?
I mean, there's a hole in its back where Marty shoved the sword into it.
Okay.
And stakes are known to work pretty well, so swords should be good too.
I'm gonna give him some vicious mockery and maybe see if this guy will surrender because I have a good threat for him. So here we go.
Can't do both. Trying to get someone to surrender actually requires an intimidation check.
Oh, Well, then let's do this as vicious mockery. Maybe I'll torment him enough that he surrenders on his next turn.
Okay.
Look, pal. I'm getting real sick of this with you and your friends. So give up now, or we're gonna have your family and your life story written by Stephanie Meyer.
This is a charisma save, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the DC?
It's 2d4 psychic.
Oh, the difficulty on the save.
16.
Okay, he passed. He responds, yes, Stephanie Meyer, you could have at least made a you suck joke. I mean, the suck pun was right there and you dropped it. Anything else, though?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait. I can take a swing because my spirit weapon stopped.
Yep, you sure can. It's bonus action. Yep.
I'll just keep trying to whomp him. That's not going to do it.
What'd you get?
That's an 11.
Yep, 11's a miss. Okay. It is this. Okay, so this is a bat. This bat is trying to bite you, Colonel.
Okay.
It missed. Clocky, you're up.
Alright.
Can't claw while it's a bat.
Continue with the murder on the guy that's got channel divinity on him.
Swing away.
All right, finally the rolls are better. 18.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's see. 23 points of damage.
Okay, you take your great sword and cleave right down the center of him, and as the sword goes through what would be its skull, this guy just evaporates into a cloud of mist. By the way, the previous vampire that got misted you saw drift off in this direction out a window. This cloud of mist begins drifting over this way.
Okay.
All right. I will turn and start trying to hit the bat.
Okay, swing away.
And I'll use 2 attacks because I got 1 from the bonus for killing something.
Yep.
20 and
that doesn't trigger unless you crit because it's not dead.
Oh, it's not dead?
Nope.
Okay, so just a 20 then.
20's hit.
All right. $25 points of damage.
Got it. And that is...
Good hit.
Okay, you chop that bat and its wing falls off, and then it turns back into a vampire who is in this square and prone.
Oh,
Nice.
all right. And pass turn.
Oh, also. A little bit. Okay, Slexy, you're up. Face me, Furbolg. Your girlfriend doesn't appear to be faring too well. Ha 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 ha. I will count your deaths. 1 death. Ha ha ha. 2
Oh,
deaths.
God.
Ha ha ha.
Kill him, kill him!
I'm gonna
3 deaths.
use my actually. So these pillars are well, whatever.
Do me a favor
Yeah.
and kill him. I've put up with his counting for many centuries. Would be favorable if you would dispatch him.
I'm gonna move my hammer over to here,
Okay.
and actually, I could, I guess, use it over here.
Yeah, I can move 20 feet.
I'm just gonna wallop on this
Womp away.
guy. What is it? 15 for the mini hammer.
That's it.
Plus 8 plus 4.
Okay, so 12 damage. Got it. Okay.
And then the normal hammer, or my hammer. 13.
Okay. 13's a miss. Sorry.
Okay. That's it. Oh, and I will shift over here.
I expected you to do better, please. His sense of humor is lacking. It's very infantile, shall we say. You didn't grow up on the street I grew up on. You would be laughing at this. Ah, ah, ah. One laugh, ah, two laugh, ah, ah. And
That's
Foul,
pretty good.
Foul's like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's through gritted teeth. She's like, we gotta get this. This pun's killing me. Oh, and so she pokes the sphere. She seems to be at this point sort of like, she goes into like a spin move as Count Orban is flickering and flipping around her, and she begins to spin with the orb outstretched in her hand. And you see the Count do his little bump bump thing, and after 2 bumps, he's now over here in this square, but still untouched. And
How's Foul looking?
bad. And also, as he bumps around her and dancing with his, the two more slices come in. One across Foul's lower back, and then another one across her left lower leg, like right on her Achilles tendon. And she drops down to one knee. Hold on a second. I gotta see.
Don't like that.
Oh, she's faring here. Ah, she's still fine. Oh wait, nope, that's less fine. Okay, so yeah, she's down on one knee, gritted teeth. She's got a lot of like slash marks, and there's like festering, separating wounds. Every time Orban hits her with that blade, the place where it has struck her just immediately looks like a gangrenous. It just looks like a gangrenous wound that's been festering for days. Biddy, you're up.
All right, let's try to make something happen here. I'm going to attempt to cast Hold Monster on Count Orban.
Okay. What kind of
DC
save is
19 Wisdom save. Wisdom.
that? Okay, he passes.
Well, I had to give it the old college try. I will.
That's 3 of those.
Go back
so he is now
here.
out.
And pass my turn.
Used all of those now. Okay. It is this vampire's turn. That's this guy. Alright, this guy's gonna resume his, still trying to get him a bite of Furbolg over here. Nope. Claws coming in. Nope. So this guy's in a flurry of, I will count my missed swings. 1 missed swing. 2 missed swings. This is not going well. And Colonel, you're up.
Okay.
Is the bat dead? I missed that.
The bat is not a bat anymore. Clock Tower chopped the bat's wing off and it fell to the floor. It is now a blinded vampire unless you're concentrating on something else.
Gotcha. It's actually not concentration. It just works. I think it's 10 minutes. Not concentration.
Marty's gonna shout to Ume, "Go help Foul," and then run over here and stab this bitch.
Okay, hold on a second.
Took a chomp out of the bard. Whoops.
Okay, this vampire tries to bite your ankle as you run away from it, but it misses because you're invisible. And you're gonna stab the bitey vampire who bit your bard friend? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, she clawed him. She didn't bite him.
Ugh, terrible rolls, even with advantage. 19?
19's a hit. Oh, I got a 19. It's terrible.
Well, no, I got a 19 because my attack bonus is high. I rolled
Yeah,
an 8.
19 hits most things.
Yes.
You remind me of my friend Michelle. She does that too. She's like, oh, I only got a 24.
That's so low.
You're like, that hits everything.
28 damage?
Okay, you shank her real good right into the side of her face there. So you come through and run your rapier through her ear to ear. You give her a skewer like an arrow hat, except with a sword.
Nice.
Once again, when you pull your toothpick out, it still comes out clean. So she's, well cooked. Anything else?
That is turn.
All right. So it's that lady's turn. So the stab wound that you just gave her through her ear to ear, the little blood trickles out of her ear, and then that stab wound starts to heal. Whoop, wrong person. I don't care about you. I want this delicious wizard. She's gonna try and bite Bartatos again. Bite misses. What about the claw? She's gonna claw at Bartatos. Also double whiff. She's super distracted by Biddy and can't seem to land a connecting hit. Silk, you're up.
Well, just as an incidental, that's hurtful. I'm the good-looking one. Yeah. Bartos is.
I
Is
don't
flying
care what you
without
look
the
like. I
attention.
care what you taste like. Bards are lacking in depth and flavor.
I've got some bagpipes that you could enjoy, honey. So let me get my bonus action hammer womp out of the way.
Okay.
Uh, 13.
That's a miss.
Okay. Feel like maybe let me throw a mirror. Let me throw a mirror image up for myself.
Okay.
I'm drawing all the attention.
What are we doing here? Sorry.
Yeah. I guess do I mirror image myself and
You can cast a spell. Mirror image is
myself.
okay. Just okay. Got it. Cast mirror image. Anything else?
That's what I got.
Okay. This lady hops to her feet. She's gonna try and bite Clock Tower. Haas. Sweetling, have you tasted this little one over here? Quite delicious. Missed with the bite. Missed with the claw. Clocky, you're up.
Okay.
Should try this paladin. Deliciously sweet, my darling.
That's
The holy ones always taste better.
You think they wouldn't? The
Yes,
blood is
given the
mostly
history
made
of the
water.
church, I'm sure. Okay, are you gonna step away?
I'll take an op.
Yep, you're gonna get opt. No good.
I'll lay on hands on foul for my full pool, so 45.
Nope,
points.
you don't heal anything. You put your hands on her and try to heal her. It is if she is not hurt. You expend no healing.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I'll come back and keep this vampire nice and threatened. Pass
Just-
turn.
Okay, just to be clear, you still have your full pool of available healing. When you went to heal foul, it's as if she was not injured. It's just like she was at full hit points. Lexi, you're up.
Do you have? Does he use his action for that, or is it?
Lay hands does take an action, yeah.
Okay.
Lexi, you're up. I just want to make it clear, he still has all of his healing available. He didn't actually use any.
Oh, because they're total hit point.
So Lexi has correctly guessed the mechanic that is occurring here, yes.
Gotcha. Her total hit points have been decimated. Bummer. Might be Val's retirement mission for a bit here.
If I were to get behind one of these pillars and break line of sight,
Mm-hmm.
How does counterspell work? That's what it needs, right?
Yes, you have to be within a particular range. What he used is similar to, but not quite counterspell. He has to be within a particular. For counterspell itself, they have to be within 30 feet of you. Takes a reaction. If they
60 feet
yeah,
actually.
it counters a spell of up to whatever level was used by the spell when it cast.
Okay. I will break from the sky.
Okay.
Take the op. And go behind the pillar here.
You missed. You're at 20, right?
23, yeah.
23, yeah, you missed definitely. Okay. 23, you missed.
And then I will cast Daylight again.
Okay. How far away are you? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, 35 feet away. All right, you cast Daylight. Where do you want to put it?
Just all my shield.
Okay, you got it on your shield. Anything else?
Nice.
That is it.
Okay. So foul.
Oh, actually, I have a bonus, don't I?
Yeah, you can still womp your getter.
Yeah,
Hammer out.
I'll womp him with my hammer.
Okay.
Just womp them while you work.
What does sunlight do to this guy?
15 and 6 plus 4.
15's a hit.
So 10 damage.
Got it. 10 force. Okay, and that is this guy. All right. Hammer crunches into the back of his skull, puts a dent in it. Like, you're pretty sure that would be fatal to a human. Anything else?
And I only used, what, 5, 10, 15, 20?
Yep.
And then I will move over this way.
Okay. So Foul still trying to poke Orban with this sphere that she has in her hand. Nothing doing. Orban continues to slice away at Foul. That was a lucky roll.
For us? Or lucky for him?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Oh, nice.
So it's okay. That ain't so good. All right, so he comes forward. Foul's down on one knee. Orban steps over to here, slashes her across the back of her non-injured thigh, which again now she's dropped down to both knees, and then he stabs her in the back through her left kidney.
Ah.
She's still on her feet, but man, she does not look good at all. Biddy, you are up.
Does Greater Restoration cure the life drain? I thought there was something like that could.
Yeah, Greater Restoration is a thing that can do that.
I obviously can't cast that, but anyway. Okay. Is there any reasonable way I could catch these three vampires in a fireball without immolating everybody? It doesn't really look that way.
You could hit 2 of them. If you drop it here.
Did daylight go off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is bright daylight in here. Orban does not seem to care.
Well, I figured he wouldn't, but the other ones might.
Honestly, that seems reasonable. I'm going to actually throw a 4th level fireball. Just pick up those 2 guys.
Okay. I believe I have disadvantage on this save now because it's daylight, right?
Yep.
Yep. Vampires are bad in the sun. Still failed. Okay, roll damage.
You bet. Yeah, one more d6, right? For the upcast, yeah. 34.
Okay, so that's for this guy.
34 crispy
and
damage.
This guy.
Nice and crispy. I've never really experimented with these evocation magics before, but our vampire friend certainly taught me a trick.
Yeah, both of these guys look real crunchy and crispy on the outside. Anything else from you, Biddy?
I'll move a couple squares over here. Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? Change my mind. I'm actually gonna move. Closer. Move there, and I'll pass.
Okay. So this guy, at the start of his turn, just burns into ashes and falls to the floor. There is a pile of ash on the floor now where he used to be.
Sick.
No mist, no nothing. That's just a pile of what looks like old, smelly vampire. And Colonel,
that
you're
one.
up.
It me?
Yep, it you.
I stab.
It me, I stab.
That's why I love fighters. Oh, my turn? Great.
Stab.
I hit it with my sword. I got a 19.
That's
which is
critical. Yep.
Yeah.
Roll them big damage.
Unfortunately, that vampire is not is already pretty injured, but it all fine. So I haven't crit in a while. I get to use double dice, right?
Correct. So if you're normally rolling 2d8 plus 3d6, you're going to roll 4d8 plus 6d6.
I normally roll 1d8 plus 3d6.
Okay, so you're going to 2d8 plus 3d6 then. So this pile.
That's my
6 plus 66.
7 that I just keep over there so that
okay, that's a counter or something. All right, my bad.
Yeah, fireball. It's like
Yeah,
casting
you
fireball.
just double all your dice, basically. Yeah, that is more than fireball, right?
This is your
Um,
damage bonus, and you do it so it makes it
That's my
easy.
damage bonus. I just leave it over there to make the math
That's
easy.
a very clever, so that's good thinking, actually.
Oh yeah.
31.
Okay, so this vampire then comes over and is desperate to get a taste of Biddy's blood, and you just take the edge of your rapier, stick it in the back of her chest, twist it sideways, and the pop of her, like, twist the top of her torso off. You, like, get her in the spine and just turn it, twist it like a torque wrench, and her top half just topples to the floor, and she too collapses into a pile of ash.
Or like a wine cork.
You corked
kill.
her. Anything
Corked her.
else?
This
lady over here is like, "Ha! At the light count, I must flee." It's like, "Be gone, pathetic weakling. I need not you."
I
Distractions.
I know Fowl said not to help, but she looks like she's in really rough shape.
I mean, she has lesser restoration, or she's at 18th level cleric.
True, but still, she's like all rotted. I don't know. I think I guess I'll move up here and threaten this other vampire.
Okay, you got it. Silk, you're up.
And
Oh,
that's
sorry.
her.
Okay, Silk, you're up then.
Um,
Oh, this lady got corkscrewed. She's a pile of ash.
yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and move and throw some Baja Blast at this vampire that Marty's threatening.
Be wherever you like.
All right, I'll kind of get behind this pillar a little bit.
Okay, you can take cover, sure.
And
Fire away.
throw a couple of the good guys.
Sorry about your
19 and a
girlfriend,
12.
The 19 hits, the 12 misses. Say that again, Colonel. I'm sorry.
Sorry about your girlfriend, Tiberius.
You know, it wasn't made to last, I don't think.
What are you talking about? We're vampires are made for the ultimate, made for last. We are eternal.
14 delicious Baja Blast damage.
Okay. got
Delicious
it.
damage.
Okay. 14 delicious damage. Anything else?
Yep, it's force, and that's my turn.
You want to have this hammer bonker? You still got your hammer.
Oh yeah, I thought I already did that. Never mind. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to not bonk because bonking's free. 17.
17's a hit. Bonus action to bonk.
Uh, 7.
Okay. Got it. Anything else?
Nope. I think I'm passing it.
All right. So this lady hisses and screeches and wails at the beginning of her turn. Ah, I saw the light. It burns. It burns.
I'm
And
melting.
she turns into a cloud of mist.
Ah,
The cloud of mist drifts over here.
assuming that I can't take opportunity attacks on Mist.
You are absolutely welcome to stab mist if you would like.
Ooh, I want to stab Mist too.
Can
Okay.
she turn into mist?
Yeah.
In the sun?
Can. Still takes damage, but can. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't actually think that this number matters, but 29 to hit.
Okay. You hit the cloud and your weapon passes harmlessly through it unless it has some special property that allows it to damage incorporeal things.
No,
Nope.
just magical.
Okay. Same
Unless
for
there's
your
something
your
about,
rapier, Colonel.
like, hold on. There might be something weird about.
There
what
are
I'm
some
about.
classes and abilities that give you the ability to harm ghosts and specters and other incorporeal things. I don't think paladins, or at least Oath of Vengeance paladins, I don't think have any of those, but I could be wrong. Sucks, it's your
Nah,
turn, by the way.
I'm not saying anything about it.
Okay. You chop at the mist. It drifts away.
Whose turn?
It is your turn, Lexi.
Oh, okay. Um,
You got a greater restoration.
I don't know.
I'll appreciate that.
It's 6th level.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Didn't realize that. So.
Like, I have something that'll stop her from continuing to take damage, or her stop. Or it can't be reduced anymore. But
She hasn't cast any spells yet.
yeah, Well, that's the thing. I don't know what her health pool is like at her level, so
Well, how many hit points do you have?
70.
Yeah, she's considerably higher level than you are, so just think about that. High level characters have tons of hit points.
Stupid amounts of hit points.
So are there any enemies nearby, though?
I mean, there's a cloud of mist vampire over here that seems to be intent on going through this window.
I'll move.
And Orman.
And also, yeah, the general who is completely ignoring you guys and still chopping at Foul.
So I will move there. And then I will just move this with my bonus, I guess, to there.
Okay.
Do I want to strike him, though?
You can if you like.
Eh,
I mean, it can't hurt to womp them, right?
I mean, don't want to make him...
To this point, he has ignored all of you completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to
I'll just move it there for now.
I guess.
All right. Anything else, Lex?
That's it. Well, I don't think could a spell target the mist?
Just attack him.
I
tried to
mean,
cast Hold
yes,
Monster on him and
absolutely. You
stuff,
can
and
throw spells
they've
at
been
it.
working.
It just may or may not do anything. So it depends on whether or not the spell can hurt something that's incorporeal. That's what happens when you become mist. You're incorporeal.
I don't even... Okay. I only have Toll the Dead, which is necrotic. I'm not sure that'll be helpful.
Yep. The Toll of the Dead does not hurt things that are incorporeal.
So, I think I'm done.
All right. So Foul casts a spell on herself, and the necrotic wounds that are covering her seem to heal themselves closed. Or rather, they look just like regular sword slashes at that point. Orban then continues to ignore you guys and takes a couple more slashes at Foul. He's going to he flips over to here. You can op him if you would like, Clock Tower.
Wait, Orban?
Yep.
I'm not sure I'm gonna opt.
I mean,
Oh, actually, you
at this
can't,
point,
unless you have more than one reaction, you
last
can't,
one
because you
here.
actually already used your reaction to opt the Mist Vampire Lady.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Doesn't matter. So then got hit once. Okay. Got it. Hold on, because I gotta toggle some numbers. Okay, so he slices and a new festering wound opens over Foul's left breast. Biddy, you're up.
Yeah, I'll move here and just try to firebolt the count.
Gonna attack the count. Okay. Shoot away.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to hold Monstrum and stuff. I ain't scared. That's a 19 to hit.
Nope, that's a miss.
Okay. I will pass my turn.
All right. He is, by the way, wearing plate mail. Just to, he's wearing plate mail and has the big sword. Colonel, you're up.
Okay. I'm still invisible.
I see that your boring friends have decided to interfere in this duel of honor. Very well, then.
5, 10, 15, 20. 25. I'm a little scared.
I mean,
does Fall want it to be a duel of honor, like a 1v1 thing? Or
She
or
expressed
how's
no
that
preference
work?
whatsoever when she came in.
Yeah, all right, well, then
She
let's
did say
go.
leave him to me, but
I mean, we killed everything else pretty much, other than the
I mean, I'm gonna try and take a slash at him.
okay, swing away.
Ta-da! 14 plus 11 is 25.
25's a hit.
Cool. That is 25 damage, theoretically.
Got it.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to.
Nope, hold on a second.
Nope, I ran out of movement, so.
You're actually, well, something else is going to happen. As soon as you stab the count, he's going to try and bite you.
Okay.
You have been bitten. I rolled an 18.
I'll actually use my reaction to chronal shift that roll.
You got it.
I'd make a minute.
Can he see her while
You have been
he's-
bitten, and I rolled a 19.
Thanks.
I mean, I guess I'll still use my.
Is he at disadvantage at this? Because
He appears to have advantage as opposed to disadvantage.
Okay.
He doesn't care about the sun.
It's
Well, I
also
mean,
as
the-
if he can see the colonel, even though she is
Invisibility,
invisible. Yeah,
Gotcha,
it's as if
okay.
he doesn't care that you're invisible.
There's plenty of magic items.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Some things can just see invisible.
I want to use. I still have a reaction, right? I could use defensive duelist.
You can, but I
Maybe not.
rolled a 19.
Yeah, probably won't help. All right, we'll just take it, I guess.
Okay. Let's
Save
see.
it for a worse roll.
All right, you are bit for 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then take 10 necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points have been reduced by 10 as Orban sucks out some of your blood.
Gross.
Tasty.
Even the tastiness of this delightfully attractive young man bore me. This whole thing bores me. I told you to go away. You should have listened. You should have listened.
Get him with the orb. Get him with the orb.
She's making every effort, but he seems to be very difficult to strike. Although the colonel did just hit him.
Did
Let's
get a hit.
see. That was the colonel. Okay, colonel, finish your turn. Sorry.
I think that's turn. I've used up my movement.
All right, he's also going to claw you then.
Yeah, I could disengage, but I can't like dash or anything.
He missed.
so
Doesn't matter.
I'm just here.
Silk, you're
Okay.
I'm gonna move and throw some more Baja Blast because I'm not sure what else would be useful unless there's something.
That's fine. Shoot away.
Yeah, I think it's either that or dissonant whispers and make him run, but I don't think that's.
Likely to succeed.
Yeah, because I feel like he's probably got pretty high wisdom.
Yeah, probably got pretty high everything.
Yeah, so let's start with moving the Whomper into position.
I can move 20 feet. So if it's here, you can go 5, 10, 15. You can get it here or here. Any of these 3 squares.
Let's get it behind
Oh,
the
wait, this
girl.
one, actually. Okay.
And yeah, I guess I'll just throw some Baja Blast, and if I have to move to get to not have
Yep,
to
you can see
worry
him.
about hitting.
That's fine.
Okay.
He has cover because there are people in the road. But other than that, I mean, there's nowhere you can be that's going to... I don't think there's anywhere you can get to in a single move that's likely to alleviate that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope, actually, you could be right here and have no cover if you want to stand in this square.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Fire away.
Is this fair?
Yep. Oh, I see that more of your little friends are coming to engage in this. More the fools.
24 and 14.
24 hits, 14 misses.
Then force.
Got it. Anything else?
That's what I got left.
Okay.
So, good.
So let me do some math here. Clocky, you're up.
Alright. Now that you just had some regular slashes in addition to the necrotic ones, now I'm going to come up and lay on hands into Val.
Okay. How much are you going to heal her for?
We'll go with 40.
You got it. You apply 40 healing, and she does, in fact, heal.
Sweet.
And pass turn.
Lexi, you're up. Even more of your your comrade was. She did not need your help, and now you have doomed yourselves as well. Oh, this mist, by the way, drifted out of the window after Silk's turn. Your friends should have listened. They should have understood the rules of one-on-one combat. But now, I will summon my minions.
Sweet.
Foul
Right.
frowns. She looks worried now. Still, you're up, Slex.
Okay. I will, no. I will. God damn it. I will cast Aura of Life.
Okay.
It's going to drop my good and evil protection.
Got it. Or a vitality, I'm guessing.
Aura of Life.
I don't know what that one does. What's that one do?
30-foot radius. When they drop to 0, they regain a hit point.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
And they have resistance to necrotic damage, and their hit point maximum can't be reduced while they're
Okay.
in my
Got it.
aura. So it's a 30-foot aura.
Centered on you. Got it. Oh, this
And
one
then-
is very clever. You have brought at least one talented man.
Then I'm just going to move up behind.
Oop.
Oh, I'm
You
on
can-
my thing.
Yeah, you can be in a safe square as your spiritual weapon. Just need to move the actual physical object. That's fine.
Yeah, it can just be beside me.
Okay. So when you step to there, Orban teleports over here.
Yeah.
Anything else, Lex?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. Fowl takes a hand, lays it on her chest, and her wounds close. She no longer appears to be. She has one very small scratch on her from the most recent stab. The rest of her wounds get closed. And it is now Orban's turn.
Okay.
What's your AC, Slex?
23.
Okay. 2 hits and a critical. Or rather, 1 hit and a critical. Take 12 slashing. And your hit points can't be reduced currently, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And in addition to that, take another 25 slashing. Oh, nope, sorry. 23 slashing. My bad. And give me
Okay.
2 concentration checks, please.
First one is a
First one's a
plus
10, DC 10 for the first one.
okay. First one is a 15.
Okay, that's pass.
What's the second one?
Half a day, 11.
No, I got 10.
Okay, your aura of life fizzles out. Biddy, you're up.
All right. I'm going to throw haste on Foul.
Okay, she is hasted. Anything else?
I will go back here. Here. And I'll pass.
Okay, everybody make a perception check for me.
Okay.
It's the minions, isn't it?
It's gonna be the minions.
Let me know who gets 15 or better.
I got better.
You hear footsteps out in the hall. Lots of them.
Guys, incoming down the hall.
Anything else, Biddy?
Is it? Let's see. I think I still have more movement. Maybe I should go like.
You should
already
get
here,
away from
right?
the hall.
3, 4.
You could go maybe
go
stand by
there.
those doors and get ready to shut them, because the doors to the chamber are still open.
Oh, can I? Is this where are the doors?
The doors are back
Sorry, I
here.
was here.
They're over. These are the
Here.
doors.
Yeah. Can I
This is
just?
the door.
Can I shut? I guess it's.
It's an action to shut the door, but you could go stand next to him, so you could shut
Okay.
him next turn if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Am I next to them now? Is that a good
No, you
spot?
need to be here.
Oh, those doors. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hope not to die.
Okay, Colonel, you're up.
That's the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at Orban again.
Okay, you got it.
So do I don't have an advantage because he can see through the invis.
You do not have advantage. Yes, he apparently can see you. Yes.
Okay.
But he is flanked near other enemies, so your sneak attack will apply if you get a hit.
Oh, in that case, I guess I'll try to get an insight check off on him.
Okay.
22.
Nope, no good.
Okay, then I would just do a regular hit, which was a crit.
Nat 20?
19, but I crit on 19.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily. What's the? Well, that's a hit. Yeah, it's fine.
It's 30.
Yep, that's a hit. That's fine.
Yeah.
You had enough.
Okay. So crit without sneak attack damage is going to be 2d8.
You can sneak attack him. Why can't you sneak attack?
Oh, he's threatened. That's true.
Yeah. You
I
get
forgot.
your other dice too.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, those d8s are rolled. I'll roll all my 6s. Oh man,
So many 6s.
how many? 34.
Okay. So you skewer him in the spine, like right, and goes right through his armor. You hear the screech as the metal on metal sounds. Your rapier pierces through. You skewer him right in what would be like across the back and out the front. You see your sword go into his back and where his left kidney would be, and come out of his front where his liver would be. And then you pull your blade back out, and other than the screech of armor, he doesn't even seem to react.
Great.
And he's gonna do something. Ume, get bit. You have been bitten.
Damn. No likey.
Take 5 piercing damage.
Comp.
Hold
Hold on a second, because there's some necrotic that goes along with that. Oh, nope, sorry. That was actually wrong. That was too much. Take 4 piercing damage. Sorry.
Okay.
And then take 5 necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points have been reduced by 5. And Orban goes over, takes a bite out of Ume, grabs her like in the upper arm, drinks some of her blood. You see his wounds begin to knit closed behind him. And then we're back to Colonel. Is that anything else from you?
Can I still use my bonus action to disengage?
Sure.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Pop out here and move towards the door where I hear the enemies coming.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Oop. That was too far. Okay. That's my turn.
Silk, you're up.
I'm going to make a run for the doors.
Okay.
And
Just double moving.
5. I'm gonna move there, and since I can't make it to the door, I'm gonna dodge.
Got it. And a dodge. You still have your hammer. You want to take a whomp?
Yeah.
Swing away.
So. Uh, 13.
That's a miss. Anything else?
Nope. That's kind of what I'm doing. Since I took a whomp and I dodged.
All right, you're up, Cloggy.
Okay. Can enemies op if they're already engaged?
Yeah.
Well, I will bonus action Misty Step. 2, 6. 6, and slam the door shut.
Okay, so you come over and swing the doors shut. They close with a boom. The sound of footsteps now are louder, and you can hear there's a very, very large number of enemies coming this. Well, there's a large number of footsteps coming this way. Anything
Yeah,
else?
Yeah, that's movement, action, bonus action. I'll pass turn.
Okay, Flexi, you're up. There's no like lock or bar or anything on this door on the inside. Like they just seem to be kind of levered doors.
I mean, like I'm trying to like hold them closed or whatever.
That's fine.
brace
You
them.
can lean up against them with your back if you want, but also the floor in here is kind of slippery because it's ice.
It's literal ice.
Yeah,
Chisel some footholds.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's your turn, Slex.
I'm tempted to just hit him, but
I mean, he's already called the minions. It's not like we can fuck it up worse.
Yeah, maybe if we kill him, the minions won't serve him anymore, right? Isn't that how vampires work? Like they're thralls to their liege. Let's try to kill this
Typically, yes, the vampire spawn would become free willed.
I mean, they might still kill us, but we got a better shot.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
Still vampires. At the end of they just don't have to obey this guy's commands anymore.
They might be some infighting, you know, maybe it'll be more complicated at least.
I mean, how does disengage work?
Disengage is an action. It just lets you leave a square without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Do you
Just takes
still have
an
your
action.
full movement, or do you have?
Yeah. It's not a move. It's an actual action. So you take the disengage action, and then you can move with your move.
Okay. I'll disengage and then move away.
Okay.
5, 10.
It is too late for you. You have already interfered in this matter of honor. You no sense giving up now. You may as well stay and fight. He turns to Fowl. You have chosen your allies poorly. Fowl says, we'll see about that.
Poorly.
And then she tries to poke at him again with her... She once again tries to poke at him with her orb. Oh, okay. She slaps the orb in the center of his chest.
Oh.
And as soon as the orb touches him, he simply vanishes.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Kind of wish
So
I'd
what
taken
does
that
the
strike.
what does
now.
the orb like do like in universe? Like it obviously sends him to somewhere, but like what happens?
Well, we'll find out. So,
Okay.
you guys are in the middle of a castle. There's a bunch of undead coming to kill you. You don't remember why you came.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
he is unmade.
So
We're just here. We don't know why.
Yep. No,
We
I mean,
don't know
you still
why.
know each other, and you know that you are south of the wall because you're supposed to be doing something for Kalidor, but you don't remember exactly what it was particularly, why you came here. You're not even super sure where here is.
do we remember like the last 2 weeks? Like we remember the trek over here. We just
Yep.
don't know why we
You
did it?
remember coming across the land. You remember maybe fighting an army of skeletons. You remember that, yeah. You remember talking to a vampire.
Do we still hear enemies approaching?
Oh yeah, there's
from-
tons
from
of
the wall?
footsteps outside. Yep, whole bunches. You still
I
hear
think I'm gonna shut the door just out of caution.
it's already shut. Clock Tower closed it.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember that either. Apparently,
No, you
I'm gonna
remember
go
that
sit
the
in
door was
corner
closed.
here and try to cast an augury and see if I can ask.
So to give
Roy,
you guys
what's,
to give
going
you
on?
guys an idea of what for role playing purposes this is going to be, it's not something that it's easy to describe because I'm messing with your brains. And so here's what I'm going to tell you: anything that had to do with Orban specifically, you don't remember. You need to. The way you should react and behave is if Count Orban never existed.
Like we just stormed
Never-
into a big ice castle.
He never
for no
killed
reason.
Fowl's. He never killed Fowl's family. In fact, they're not even dead anymore.
Holy shit!
Everything he ever did has been unwritten, unmade. The vampires that were directly under his control don't exist anymore. They're not even vampires. They went and lived whatever their lives were.
Oh my god! Because he
So-
never turned them into vamps.
Oh, so
Correct.
big
Do I still have the
man.
fulminating treatise, or is that gone too?
Nope, you still have it.
Oh wow. Do I know why I have it?
I
Since
have
one
no
of those
idea.
vampires-
You do not remember where you found it. You found it in a box on the back of a dead bay here.
I'm just gonna try to cast divination as a ritual and ask Roy, like, dude, like, why the fuck are we here right now?
Okay.
Something's wrong, Roy. What's going on?
Okay.
Help me out.
So you're gonna we can step out of initiative for a minute. What are we doing about the doors? Because there is still an army of undead that is coming to for your blood.
Move to the doors. I'm gonna smash a foothold in the ground if I can. To
Biddy's
hold it.
taking a minute to cast a ritual, which is cool. Fowl seems super confused. She's like, "What? Do you guys remember why we came here? Was it? I mean, Calidor said go south of the wall. There's a plot with something for the necromancer, but I don't. Why are we here? I don't remember why we came here. Do you
Are we-
guys remember?
Are we supposed to kill some undead or something?
No fucking clue, but there's an army out on the other side of these doors that I can.
If we were
Actually-
killing undead, how come we aren't with
problem
Calidor's
is-
army? Fowl comes over and she to the door and she draws a rune in it with the tip of her finger. There's a glowing red rune on it. She's like, that should keep them at bay for a little bit. I'm super
Can I actually
confused. What do we do?
Should
Can I
we
actually
get
switch
out
my
of here?
ritual and cast Tiny Hut instead? Like, because that'll protect us. It's
Yeah, but then we'll be
Well,
surrounded by.
Wake up surrounded.
You
Or
can
you can just come
absolutely
out
do
and
that,
bash
but I
them,
would
you know?
recommend against it.
we don't have to go to sleep. It's just like a dome. It's like a protective shield that I can erect for us. And I'm out of spell slots, so it's a one thing I can do to protect the team.
It'll be
You can
buried
duck in if
under
you get
undead
damaged.
if you stay in it too long.
Well, you know, you
Um,
can pop in and out.
Are there
So
any
what's
other,
up these windows?
Yeah, are there
Um,
any other
So those windows are ice. When you look, you can't actually see through them. You have no idea what's on the other side. They're
Are
they're
they-
translucent but not transparent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
are there other exits in this room?
Well, I'm not super worried about leaving. I mean, we can just teleport back to Notch whenever we want, Fowl says.
Oh,
Also, there is a sword
Alright.
over there on the floor, by the way.
Ooh, grab
It
that.
is large. There is a long sword on the floor. It is large, black. It looks... Honestly, being around it kind of makes you uncomfortable, but it's just laying on the floor. There's a shield there, too.
Ooh, yeah, grab
I'm
those.
gonna switch up my ritual again and just be like, dude. All right, Roy. I'm
Oh,
switching
sorry.
back
Did
to
you
Roy.
did you cast
Man,
your
where the fuck
augury?
did this
Let me
come
let me
from?
give you your augury.
Yeah, I'm casting augury after all.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
Roy,
cast
why
your
the hell-
augury.
what's
What's
up?
the question?
Why are we here, Roy?
So when you stab your finger back down at the book just says, I don't recall. Like it says unremembered. Just the word you
Jesus,
find.
even Roy doesn't know. That's not good. We're in some deep shit, folks. Something's
should-
fucky.
get out of here.
Well, we can, like I said, I can take us back to Notch whenever we want, but I don't. But does anybody remember what the hell we were doing? Why are we
No.
here? How did we get? I remember traveling through the snow. Do you guys remember why we came?
All my spells are spent. I have nothing left.
We-
what
we
the
had
fuck is
a-
going on?
We had a
Hey, here, that was pretty cool.
Should
Yeah,
should we fight these undead? I mean, I don't remember, but there has to be a reason we're here, right? We came for a reason, just none of us remember what. Does anybody remember?
What's up behind
We don't even remember the orb of unending, do we?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I check like what's in here? Like what's up these stairs?
It's a stairway down. If you go down there, there's several coffins that are down there.
Ooh, get out the wooden stakes.
Shoot.
Do you want to open those
Yeah, I'll
coffins?
call Foul. I'll be like, Foul. I think we're probably here to kill whatever lives in these coffins.
What's in? Okay. I mean, again, the doors should be those should hold for a bit. So you guys head down into the crypt and look. There are 6 coffins down there. No,
That
sorry.
one.
Yeah, 6 coffins down there. 3 of them are empty, and the other ones contain what appear to be vampires who have been like they appear to they look like they're sleeping.
Should we kill these guys?
Yeah. one stake
Foul's
there.
like, well, I got plenty of stakes, and she starts tossing stuff. When are you gonna not kill a vampire? And she immediately goes over and
Let's do
stakes
it.
one.
I'm hammering a stake in one of their hearts.
Ume's
Okay.
pumped.
So you guys stake all of the vampires that are sleeping in their coffins. They are staked.
Is that the?
Artatos
Is there any,
is
like,
singing songs
valuables or
from
anything?
the Bucket the Vampire.
You don't see
Slayer
you don't
soundtrack.
see any other treasure though. That sword and shield are still laying on the floor.
All
I'm gonna
well,
look at
let's pick those up.
the sword and shield, see if I can figure out like.
I was gonna
try and,
say
like,
They're both
look at
magical.
it, see if I can figure out what it is.
So the shield is you takes unless you're going to cast identify, it takes a short rest to identify a magic item. But I can describe them to you. They are definitely both magical. One of them powered like super magical. The sword makes you real uncomfortable. Just standing next to it gives you feel bad. Like you feel kind of slightly nauseous just being next to it.
we have a bag of holding, right?
You do have a bag of holding, yes.
Do with a wheel of cheese in it.
It does have a wheel of cheese.
Can I try
in
to
it.
do an augury and ask like who owned these swords? I don't know if I have enough time for that, but
How long does augury take if you cast it as a ritual? 10 minutes?
I think rituals are 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna if you want to do let's wait 10 minutes for a minute. Let's get a minute. You guys are staking stuff.
Yeah.
Let me describe the shield. So the shield is just a shield, except that it's been very ornately embroidered. On it are pictures of people drinking blood. Some of them are drinking out of goblets. Some of them are drinking it out of like dismembered corpses. They've got them tipped up and like are pouring them. It like the imagery on it is super gross. So imagine a vampire bacchanalia, and those images are what has been engraved on the shield. The sword doesn't look like anything. It looks like a hilt with a sword-shaped column of nothing attached to it. It doesn't reflect light, so like it just all of the light that hits it is just drunk in. It just absorbs it. But even being next to it it gives you goosebumps and your hair stands on end when you're even near it.
Okay.
You begin to hear banging on the chamber doors as well.
Ooh, is that her pizza?
Nope, don't open it.
Yeah, that seems
We can't
real
be sure
bad.
it's not our pizza. We really don't remember what happened before.
Pretty sure I didn't
Last few
order a
minutes.
pizza. What should we do with this? And Fowl comes over to stand next to the sword and shield.
I mean, I was gonna ask you.
And
that,
she points at the sword. Probably we shouldn't just leave that.
No.
I'm gonna take this, and she picks it up. I don't know what it is, but it ain't good, clearly. And she takes it and puts it into she has a small sack on her back. She takes it and slips it into a sack. The sword should not fit in that sack. It's very clearly some manner of extra dimensional space.
I'll grab the shield, I guess.
She's like, that's gross. Okay.
Should we get out of here?
I mean, I don't know. Why did we come? Maybe we're supposed. What are we supposed to do here? Do you guys? I don't remember. Do you guys remember?
Just stake
No.
those vampires. That seems pretty good.
We came south of the wall to
Do something.
Yeah, I remember
so,
we were something with Calidor. They were doing. There's a mission. I remember all of that. There's some kind of secret mission to retrieve a robot or something, and we were a distraction force. Were we sent to? I don't remember why we're here. It seems like we should be with the main army attacking Icewall Keep, but we didn't go to Icewall Keep. We came here
To do a thing that was really
I don't
important.
remember. I don't know why we came. I can't remember why we came. It doesn't make any sense for us to be here. There's no purpose for us to be here. But Calidor wouldn't have sent us. Did Calidor send us?
I feel like he did, but I don't remember why. I don't remember what he said.
We should. Okay, so you everybody make an intelligence check for me. Actually, a history check. Well, no, yeah, history. Let's make it a history check. You're trying to remember something.
Oh, I remember nothing.
16.
3.
Who beat a 15 besides Clocky? Anybody?
I got a 25.
I got a 10.
Okay, so Biddy, you and Clock Tower remember that Calidor didn't actually send you.
Yeah,
You do
Fal
remember
came,
that. Yep. Calidor was going to have you go with his force down south
Yeah,
of the wall.
Caldor just said, "Oh, that's a good idea."
So we remember that.
Well,
Who lives here, Fal?
So you
Why would
don't
we
remember
live here?
Calidor saying it was a good idea. You remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that Calidor didn't send you to do this. You're like, Calidor didn't send us. But you don't remember who did or why you're here. Like you know that Calidor didn't send you, but you don't remember you don't remember anything leading up to you being here.
I don't want that sword.
what was this something for Kaz and Zach?
No. Biddy and Clock Tower don't seem. They're like, I don't think so. They weren't even part of Calidor's force. Calidor's force was just a distraction. I don't know why we would try and. Are we a different distraction? Is what Fowl says. Maybe we're a different distraction.
We the distraction?
Well,
If Calidor
I don't
didn't
mean to
send
be
us-
rude, but if Calidor was making a distraction, he wouldn't have picked us. We're not important enough.
No. Well, we certainly aren't.
I'm not either, Fowl says. I mean, I know a thing or two about a thing or two, but I'm not in Calidor's league.
If
So
he
who
send us-
lives here, Fal? What is this town like?
I don't know.
What is
Are we in a town? I don't.
Important. Well, I don't know where. Does any? Maybe
You don't
I should-
remember-
Maybe I should ask.
you don't remember
Roy where
walking
we
through
are.
the town. You don't know where you're at. You're in this room full of ice.
So we were walking through the snow and now we're here.
That's exactly how your memories go. The last thing you remember is you killed a Behir and a giant zombie in the ice, and you took some stuff out of a box that was on the back of the Behir, and then the next thing you remember is walking again through the snow for a couple hours, and then you remember being here, but you don't remember any of the, like, you don't remember the transition of from walking. Basically everything that you happened between the time that you guys passed through the magical veil and the time that Foul unmade Orban, you don't remember really any of that. You have sort of like fuzzy, vague memories of maybe you're in a city.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like we're circling the drain on this. Let's get home and figure out exactly what's going on.
If Calidor didn't
aren't we
send us,
supposed to-
I feel like
We definitely, okay,
We
Foul's
should
like, I
leave
didn't
if
come
we're
south
supposed
of the
to
wall
leave.
for no reason. Like,
Yeah,
there's
we
definitely a
actually don't.
purpose that we came here to do. Nobody goes south of the
If we
wall
can
without
find
a
more
reason.
time, I'll try to ask Roy for more information, like what town we're in. Maybe that'll help. Like, if I told you the name of the town, could you guess why we might be here? You know a lot about things, Foul, right?
I mean, I thought I did.
maybe we've been tricked somehow or teleported here. Like maybe we
Could
should
be.
get
I
back
don't
in touch with
remember. The
Calidor.
last thing I remember is walking through the snow. Getting teleported here would be why would we be teleported into a castle full of vampires? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I
Would
mean,
greater
last
restoration
remembered
cure
had
memory
no-
loss or something? Like, are there memory loss spells that can be dispelled or cured somehow?
Sure. There are spells that could affect your memories that can be dispelled or but also just out of character wouldn't fix this.
because
Well, I know
reality
that,
changed.
but I don't know.
It's not just our
Right.
memories of
Right.
I
what
don't know
happened.
that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
Foul
in
says
talking in character,
so what
yeah.
no, that's fine. Tiberius says maybe we've been ensorcelled to somebody mess with our memory. And Foul touches her forehead and then she's like, nope, I still don't remember anything, and that would have fixed that. If somebody had messed with our memories, that would have gotten rid of it, but I don't remember anything more. And she looks at Clock Tower and she's like, you two seem to remember the most. I don't know. Maybe we should we fight our way out? Like I said, we can go back to Notch whenever we want. I
Yeah,
prepared
it's
a
just-
word of recall this morning in case we needed to emergency evacuate. We can be in Notch whenever we want, but
Well,
what
I mean,
if
I'll
whatever we
gesture to
came
the
here to
room
do isn't done?
I'll gesture to the room and be like,
kill stuff,
looks
I
like
assume.
this looks like a throne room, and we staked those vampires down there. Maybe that was what we were supposed to do.
Maybe. I don't remember. I feel like
I missed it. What ended up happening with the sword?
Foul put it in a. She put it in a. She has a Heward's handy haversack, and she took the sword and stuck it in that sack.
Well, let's grab the shield too, of course.
Yeah, who
Looks
was
like a
carrying
spiky
this
shield.
stuff? Do you guys remember this? Why is there this such a foul artifact and this shield on the floor?
I
No
mean,
idea.
that's what I'm
Does
saying.
this belong
It's
to any
gotta
of you
have
guys?
something to do with it.
No.
No,
No,
and
no, I don't think so.
you wouldn't just leave these things laying in the middle of a room like this. That doesn't make any
I
sense.
should hope
This
not.
would
This
be-
sword, that sword is hideously evil. That's one of the things that should not. This should not be.
Maybe we were supposed to get the sword and like use it for something.
I seem to have
know.
been hurt at some point. Foul's looking down, and there are like rents and tears in her clothing and armor. Also, those of you that are hurt are also still hurt.
Okay. Yeah, I don't feel great. I've been bitten.
So,
think
who has
mostly
wounds that
okay,
weren't made by
but-
Orban? Did anybody get hit by Orban or his sword?
I think he was the only one who actually hit
I
me.
only got
Then
hit
you
by
are not injured, Slexy. You are no longer
Oh.
injured then.
I only got hit by Orban actually, and the other vampires missed me.
You are also no longer injured then.
Oh, sick. Never mind. I feel great. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I
Foul,
think it was time
oddly,
we
is
left
still
the place.
injured, by the way. So you guys who got injured by Orban, those injuries have been healed, but Foul still looks to be stabbed and kicked and punched and whatnot. Like, the injuries that she had, still there.
And we don't remember why, who,
Nope.
like,
You have no
Okay.
idea how she got hurt. Neither does she.
You
Do you
probably have
want-
some healing left, Fall, right? If we're gonna fight our way out of here, which I'm totally in
don't
favor
seem
of,
to be-
maybe we should like.
Hurt, especially. Most of my repertoire is still intact. I don't remember casting any of these spells, but I still have a considerable amount of holy energy today. What about you guys?
Oh, I have very little left. I don't know what's going on here. It's confusing. Something serious must have happened for me to cast that many spells. I don't know.
So at this point, you guys hear a boom, and the door over there, the magical rune on that door glows very brightly, but also the doors themselves splinter and crack. You see spider webs like start to spider web out from that.
Marty says, "I vote we go back to Notch."
But did we do what we? What if we didn't do what we're supposed to
can go
do?
back anytime, right, Fal?
We
Let's
have
just
no
kill as many
idea.
We can't come
undead
back
as we
here.
can and then get the hell out of here.
We can teleport
no-
back to Notch at any time. We do have to join hands, but other than that, yeah.
We have no idea what it was we were supposed to do. So standing around here is not gonna achieve the thing. Like we'll never know what it is we were supposed to do if we don't know what that thing is, even if we
Maybe it
stand
was
here all
kill
day.
these zombies coming through the door. You know.
Well, at
yeah,
this
let's all
point,
join
there's
hands and
another
kill some zombies.
boom, and the doors over here shatter.
Time to go.
Time to go.
And well, we're gonna be initiative here for a second. So hang on a second. I gotta make some stuff. And behind these guys, there is a very, very large ogre. There is a zombie ogre behind these guys. This guy is very clearly a vampire who comes in. You guys don't recognize him? He's like, "Interlopers, why are you here? Attack!" And then so we're gonna be initiative.
Why are we here?
I don't know, but let's go. Let's go.
Let's fuck these guys up.
5, 18. You don't have any spell slot.
Hold on,
spell
hold on
slots,
one
bro.
I got a couple. I got cantrips.
Oh
These
my
guys don't
god.
seem too tough.
When-
So could I miss?
When did Tiberius become such a adrenaline junkie?
Look, Roy plans all things. You know, it's all according to Roy's.
Well, Even
Large
Roy
plan.
doesn't know what's going on.
Well, yeah, you know that's a fair point, actually, Marty. I hadn't really considered that.
You gotta read the book of Corey. That's
Clocky, what'd you get on your initiative there, champ?
19.
Got it, Colonel.
18.
Slexy? Say 17.
17. No. Just a second. I think I only have a +1, so 16.
Oh, damn close.
So close.
What did File get? File get 18. Silk, what'd you get?
12.
12. Biddy.
13.
All right, let's see what Team Idiots got here. Marston got a 14. 18. What'd you get? So to give you an idea, they're not on the map yet because I don't have to load in a bunch of stuff. But behind these guys is just an absolute monstrous horde of undead.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Clocky, you're up. So there is what very clearly is a vampire, and also behind him are 3 wraiths, and then behind that is taking up most of the space is a giant zombie ogre. Let's just say this is really all you can see specifically.
Big.
Yeah, there's
Big
a
boy. All right, I'm gonna go over here, grab hands with Pal, be like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
this thing is actually huge. It is not.
And because I can,
Large,
I will
huge.
Eldritch Blast the front. Bam.
Okay, shoot away.
That one. Nothing.
Okay,
Pew.
you fire and miss. Colonel, what are you up to?
But anyway,
You get multiple attacks with Eldritch Blast, though. don't you?
I'm
out of here.
I'm
Yeah,
already
Clock Tower,
standing next.
you get more than one bolt. You're level 9.
Oh yeah, I get 2.
Yep.
Another nat 1!
Okay, double
Oh,
whiff.
Lord.
So you fire 2 Eldritch Blast back over in the distance. They hit nothing. Colonel?
I'm already standing next to Foul, so I'm just gonna shout at everyone and say, "Come on, guys, let's get the fuck out of here."
Okay, so you grab Foul's hand. Clock Tower?
Yeah.
You grab Foul's hand? Okay.
Yep.
Foul is holding both of your hands. She's like, she appears to be waiting. She's like, come on then, let's go. This Wraith is going to swing forward and try and hit Slexi. The attacks do you have? Just one. That Wraith comes forward and swings aside at you, but it misses. Slexi, you're up.
I will disengage and move forward.
Okay. So you step forward and grab the Colonel's hand?
Yep.
Got it. All right. It is Disco's turn. Double moves to here. This vampire steps up. Is going to try and bite Slexi. Nothing doing. So biting the claw coming your way and miss. Biddy.
I'll continue holding Fall's hand and just shoot at the Wraith that's attacking Barditas. Shoot a firebolt.
Okay. Somebody needs to hold Clock Tower's hand because there's not a free hand available.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'll grab Clock Tower's hand. I'm just gonna shoot the firebolt.
That's fine. You
and
can do
grab
both
his
of those
hand,
things.
but-
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Shoot away.
Yeah. So that's a 26 to hit.
The vampire?
Yes.
That's it.
Suspected it might be. And that is a bad roll. It's 3 damage.
Okay.
Wow.
So you throw a firebolt into the center of his chest and it sets his shirt, gets singed. Silk, you're up.
Run. See if
Are you muted, Silk? I can't hear you.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was chewing, so I muted myself for a second. I think I'm going to go ahead and get over to getting out of dodge range.
Do
if
a
I can make it.
disengage?
So, yep.
Okay. You want to grab, I think, either Biddy or Clock Tower. No, Biddy's hands are full. Clock Tower has a free hand. You could go grab Clock
Yeah,
Tower's hands.
Yep.
All right, so you disengage, move to there, grab hands, and as soon as you link up and grab hands, you guys disappear. Boop.
Boop.
You are now standing in a Church of Land. Well, you're standing in a shrine to Lanthassa in Notch.
Whew.
It's considerably warmer than it was just a minute ago. Also, no wraiths, no vampires, no nothing. It's just the town. It appears to be pretty deserted, even for Notch, which is saying something. There doesn't seem to be a lot of folks here. There's an acolyte who's in the church over at the front door quietly sweeping, and when you guys pop into existence, he looks up and looks startled. He's like, "Oh, Lady Foul, what brings you here? The mission south of the wall, then, I guess? Also, weren't you here already? I thought you guys left on a mission."
I think we did the mission.
Foul's like, "Do you remember what our mission was?" And he's like, "I'm not important enough to know about the comings and goings of people like you. I just, sweep up the place. I think you left on a mission, but I mean, nobody told me where you were going or what you were doing. Have you asked Lady Lanthassa? Maybe she knows. The Lady of Secrets is, she knows secrets because that's why they call her that."
Well,
Can I help you guys with something? I mean, you seem Lady Foul hurt, maybe? And
Yeah,
he comes
Lady
over
Foul-
and starts looking at her
Okay.
wounds, but also, she has some minor scratches. Mostly it's just tears and rips in her clothing and armor. There's no actual wounds underneath. He's like, "Well, no, never mind. You seem to have already taken care of it, I guess." So you guys want some lunch? I don't know what else I can do for you. We got their soup. It's good. Leek and potato. I mean, nobody's around. Mostly everybody anybody is already south of the wall. I don't know. The bishop and also the abbess both have gone with Lord Calidor and his forces to try and tend to the injured and to defeat the forces of the necromancer. They left me here, but I'm here to sweep. I did make soup though.
I made soup.
well,
If you guys want a bowl, I could use the company. It's been lonely. And File's like,
Soup
just
sounds
a
great.
bowl of soup sounds nice. Who's in charge while Lord Calidor is gone? Is the marshal here, or someone we could talk to? He's like, well, I don't know. I just, again, I've been making soup. If you guys want to run up to the keep, I'm sure maybe somebody there could tell you what's going on. Perhaps that gnome fellow could send a message. That I think he's in charge now that everybody's gone.
Oh fuck. That can't be good.
I'll have some soup.
Anyway, kitchen's this way, and he leads you guys back into a kitchen and starts ladling out bowls of leek and potato soup. It's really good.
Yum.
I love leek and potato soup.
So good.
It's warm. It's very leaky. Got a nice kind of sulfurous bite to it.
Yeah, Marty chows down.
What's that? Falca like points to the shield that Slexi has. That's gross. You usually carry that?
No. You know, want to try a different style? You never know.
Can I
No, not
suggest
really.
like any other style but that one? Because yuck, dude, that one is like, is that guy eating a baby? I think that guy's eating a baby.
Yeah, maybe I'll just cover this up with like I'll wrap it, so no one has to be.
All right.
subjected
Well,
to
you
the
guys
images
can
right now.
you guys sit and have a nice meal. You may take a short rest if you would prefer. So your shield is a shield +1.
Gross.
The one
shield.
with the gross shield
Yep,
+1.
it's a shield +1. Other than that, it has like no other magic. Like the imagery on it, it's super ornately carved. It is actually an amazing work of craftsmanship. It's just the images that are carved on it are fucking gross.
So that was all just for flair. All of the fuck and all.
You
You
can
can
put whatever
have
you
it
want
in-
on your shield. I mean, Slexi has a holy symbol on his. This guy had this. Vampire Bacchanalia. To each his own. Some, art's the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And
Oh.
after the soup, File's like, well, I guess we'll go up to the keep, I suppose. And she's like, thanks for the soup. Well, I didn't catch your name. He's like, oh, Morty. They call me Morty. He's like, thanks for the soup, Morty. It was good. He's like, oh, praise from Lady File. He seems super pleased with himself and starts smiling very broadly. And then you guys depart the temple. It's actually a really small temple. And step out into the still deserted. Like, there's a couple people wandering around. You see some shopkeepers and merchants, but most of the adventurers seem to be gone. In fact, there seems to be almost no adventurers here whatsoever. When you head toward the keep, it looks like most of the standing forces are gone. There's like a skeleton crew, so you see some stable hands and, porters and pages and cooks and maids and the people who perform normal upkeep stuff. You don't see anybody important. When you ask who's in charge, the guy at the gate, who looks like he's supposed to be standing guard but is dressed like a stable hand and has a shovel instead of a sword and shield, is like, that gnome fellow I think is in charge of stuff until the marshal gets back. He's I think in the marshal's office. I normally don't do this, so I don't know. Like, don't like do anything bad, or I'm gonna get in trouble.
I mean, like physically adjust his stance to be more battle ready. Like, I'm going up and being
Got
like, no, spread your legs here, put your shovel up here.
Okay, so you go up and like give him the tuck your chin up, suck in your chest, suck in that gut kind of thing, and you have him hold his shovel at like cross arms, like an actual soldier would hold it if they were going to use it as a weapon. And he's like, thank you, man. That's yeah, okay. I feel you're right. I look way cooler.
Plus one buff
Anyway,
to
like
confidence.
don't do anything bad. Maybe I'll get promoted maybe I can get out of the stables and get a guard job. Then he goes back to puffs out his chest and goes back to guarding.
Dress for the job you want, I guess.
File starts heading into the office, and you guys walk through the Citadel. You see, again, nobody. Support staff only. Like, you see a janitor, and there's a secretary who, when she sees you, walks in, is like, oh, are you guys in charge now? And File's like, I don't think so. Was the gnome? We were told the gnome?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you mean that?
Centric?
Yeah, that little weird guy. He's in the marshal's office. I don't know why they left him in charge. I don't think that guy's all there. And she makes the swirly finger by the ear motion. He seems not all correct.
Does he keep asking to get kidnapped?
Constantly. Is that a thing? Does he do that? He like crawled into my handbag and told me to take him home. I just
We're
took.
pretty sure it's his kink, but
Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. He was probably pissed because I just closed the bag and took it back into the marshal's office and set it down.
I'm so proud of you.
Anyway, if you guys could go handle that dude, that'd be like great. I don't know. I think technically he is in charge, but everybody important is gone. The Citadel has never. I've never seen it this empty. There's like nobody here. They got a fucking Bobby the stable hand is guarding the front gate.
Yeah, we saw that.
He's an idiot. I have no
we
idea.
bet.
They
He's a
barely
nice
trust
boy.
him to shovel up shit. I don't mean to speak ill of the kid, but he ain't the sharpest shovel in the shed, if you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
Fal's like,
but-
okay, don't worry. I guess we'll handle it. And she starts heading towards the marshal's office.
Yeah, following.
Secretary's like, thank God somebody's in charge again. If you guys need anything, don't ask me because I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Great. I'm glad that the Citadel is in such good shape.
So you guys wander through the hallways. Fowl gets lost a couple times, but finally starts like getting her bearings back. And after about 10 minutes of walking, you find your way into the marshal's office. The marshal's secretary, who is normally there, is not in presence. Her desk is empty. But the door to the marshal's office is open, and you guys see Sedgwick inside of it. He is sitting on the desk, and he seems to be tinkering with something that looks like a lamp. When you walk into the office, he's like, "Oh, hey, good to see y'all. Glad to." You're back, I guess. Where'd you go again? I just, man, I don't remember where you guys went. I thought you went with Calidor, but apparently not, because he's not back yet, and you guys are. I've been making this, and he takes what appears to be just a very innocuous desk lamp, like one of the ones with the bendy arm, like the Pixar logo has. And then he clicks the power button, and a laser shoots out of it and fries a hole in the wall of Calidor's office. He's like, yeah, it's coming along nicely. He clicks it on and off a few times.
I think you shouldn't leave too many burn marks in the marshal's office. I don't think he'll appreciate that when he
It's
gets
fine.
back.
I got a sponge, and then he throws a little, like what looks like a little spider bot sort of thing. Reaches in his pocket, pulls it out, and a little automaton goes over there and begins scrubbing away at the wall and pulling the scorch marks off. He's like, "Don't worry about it. The Sedgwick Bot 2000. I call it the Roombinator. Still working on the name a little bit. Roombinator will get it though. Don't worry about it. It's good at that kind of stuff." Oh, also, you guys are just in time.
I think I'd buy one.
The Roombinator, it's still a prototype model, but I got a spare when you want it. He reaches into his pocket and hands
Yes,
you
please.
a little tiny, what appears to be a little metal hockey puck. There's a button on the bottom there. When you want to turn him on, he'll clean stuff up. Anyway, it's good that you guys are here. He's just in time. Show should be starting in and he reaches into his vest and pulls out a giant pocket watch that has way too many gears on it. He's like, ooh, like 15 seconds. And he turns around and looks at turns around to look at the back office of Calidor's, or the back wall of Calidor's office, which is just a metal wall as far as you can tell. But then an image appears on it, and you see a snowy scape south of the wall. There appears to be a large castle. In the image view, there are fire explosions. There's an army of undead on one side, and you see a bunch of heroes in battle on the other side. It's just every magical effect you can think of. There's green beams of disintegrator flying out, and shit's getting vaporized. There's vampires and zombies and mummies, and you see liches hurling fucking meteor swarms at each other. It's unbelievably chaotic and destructive. It's either what you would consider the most glorious battle of all time, or also the most disgusting debacle of waste and like it's just the ugliest battle you've ever seen, or the most glorious. You can't decide. It's the fantasy equivalent of like Verdun in World War One. Just relentless shelling. People are exploding and dying. Some of the people on the good guy team are getting killed and rising up as undead to immediately turn and attack their enemies. Stuff's getting eviscerated by giant, tsunamis are crashing into big ranks of skeletons and sending them flying like bowling balls. The shit is everywhere. The ice wall keep itself has been mostly reduced to a pile of like frosty rubble. They appear to be fighting for absolutely no reason. And you watch that imagery for about 15 seconds, and then off in the distance of that, you see what appears to be a explosion of some variety. The entire image goes white for a second, and then when that dies down, it flashes like the screen goes crackly, and then you guys actually physically hear an explosion. So the whole citadel itself shakes violently, And then after about 5 seconds of static, the Citadel stops shaking and the image begins to like reappear on the wall of Calidor's office. And you see that the armies are still there fighting, like, but they're not fighting anymore. They're just sort of, everybody's climbing back to their feet and recovering a little bit. And there's a very brief pause. And then the forces of good begin retreating from Icewall Keep. And it sort of seems like they're fighting some manner of defensive measure or withdrawal action. The undead continue to assault them, but they also seem to be somewhat discombobulated, like some of the undead forces are just wandering off. They don't appear to care about the battle anymore. Some of the undead have turned on each other. It looks as though their command structure has been somewhat disrupted, and the heroes are fighting a fairly effective withdrawal action. Icewall Keep has been completely reduced to shattered rubble. Like, the shaking of the earth that happened when the explosion went off finished like demolishing whatever was left of Icewall Keep. So even if the heroes wanted to try and be successful, it doesn't even look like there's anything worth taking anymore. It's just broken blocks of ice and garbage. And then you watch that for a couple minutes. It seems as though the heroes are returning to Notch, or the forces of good, not necessarily all heroes. And Sedgwick gets bored and shuts it off. He's like, well, guess that worked in. Kaz and Zach must have pulled it off. Only one thing could make a reality-shattering kind of explosion like that, and I reckon probably me Cedric bot got wrecked then. Well, I'd hope they could bring it back, but honestly, probably better that it got destroyed, because I can't imagine Zach doing anything good with something like that. Maybe destroyed is best, because if he could have found a way to keep it, he would have, and also I'm a coward, so if he had just asked if he could have one, I would have gave it to him. Yeah, now that I think about it, maybe destroyed is best.
Oh my god.
Win some, you lose some. Also, I could build another one, I reckon, if I want to, but maybe we'll shield that project for a bit. Some things are too dangerous even for me. So, what do you guys want to do now? I mean, I guess it looks like they're on their way back. The enemy seemed kind of disorganized. Where'd that secretary lady go? I sent her out to get sandwiches a couple hours ago. She isn't coming back. You guys got a sandwich? I'm kind of hungry.
There's soup at the temple.
Oh, well, hell, let's go
That's
get
a
some
lot
soup
like-
then, yeah. I like soup. So Sedgwick hops off the desk and starts heading down towards the front door. You guys coming? Soup.
Yeah, I can get some more soup.
I could eat.
That's good.
All right,
Yeah,
well, you guys follow Cedric, and he goes back out the front door. The stable hand guy is still standing there looking like super smartly dressed for a stable hand with a shovel. He's like at attention. He salutes Ume when she walks by.
Still in his good stand.
Yep, he's maintaining good discipline, yeah.
Good job, Bobby.
You guys head back to the temple then, I guess, with Cedric. And he walks in, and the acolyte is still there. And he's like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, you didn't catch your name there? What's your name? And the guy's like, I'm Morty. He's like, where's the soup, Morty? These guys said you had soup. And Morty's like, right this way, I guess. And he leads you back into the kitchen and gets a bowl of soup for Cedric, puts it on the table. Cedric starts eating it. He's like, so, what's next for you guys then?
We still needed you to help us with the ring or the dagger, the royal one.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, here. He reaches into his pocket and throws you a small device. Finished that forever ago. I even forgot I even built that. I finished that like 10 minutes after I met you guys.
You what?
Yeah. I mean, what? Like, this is hard? It's just a tracking device. It's not like it's a Cedric Bot 4.7 or anything. I mean, come on. Tracking device? Yeah. I had it analyze that dagger you gave me. Should be like, here, take that. And he tosses it to you, Biddy. It's very simple. It's just like a smooth chrome sphere. There's a little LED readout panel across the front and a button that's next to it on the side. Like, just push that button there.
I will push the button.
A little arrow appears on the device and spins and points slightly to the northwest of where
Marty
you're
sits
standing.
down at the table and hangs and puts his head in both hands and he has to take a breather for a sec here.
Okay, so Marty's recovering himself. After about 5 seconds, the device emits a very soft beep. It goes beep. And then 5 seconds later, it beeps again. He's like, yeah, that beeping sound that it's making, when you get closer to the thing you're looking for, it'll like pick up and beep quicker.
Well,
we're off to meet our sweet maker, Roy.
Oh, you leaving then? Not gonna wait for the Caledor and the guys to get back? I mean, clearing out
I feel
before
like we
Kaz
could-
and Zach
we could
come
bring
back,
the
it's
Jade.
probably a good idea. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Say again, mate.
Oh, you know, I mean, we could rest and see if Jake and Calidor come back. And,
Well, I mean, Jake's, Jake bought back at home. So, like, probably he didn't come here to begin with. Though you're right, I should have brought those guys back. It's always weird when I'm around Calidor, when I have the Calidor bot. It kind of makes him uncomfortable, so I don't normally do that. You know how it is. Yeah, you make a doppelganger of someone, then either they wind up fighting or fucking. It never works out right. It's usually just best to keep them apart. Those are more for me. Just because I miss my friends. Anyway, so you didn't mention what's next for you guys. You gonna wait till they get back? You gonna take off now and go chase you, whatever it is that thing's pointing at? By the way, I have no idea what that thing is tracking either. Oh, also, here's your knife back. And he reaches into one of his other pockets and takes out Roy's dagger. It looks as though he's been using it to slice cheese. It's got a lot of like leftover cheese smeared on the blade.
Tink would approve.
Forgot about that. That belongs to you. Though I gotta say, it's not that. I mean, as far as magic items go, it's kind of bad. Just a dagger. Anyway, y'all gonna hang out?
Returning
What,
dagger.
what are you chasing your beep in there?
Probably take a day.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to run into Kaz and Zach again, but taking a day
Yeah,
to
that's
rest.
a good idea. I think after I finish this soup, I'm gonna head back to HQ and then probably move it to another plane.
That seems like the best option, honestly.
You guys want to come with? I mean, we can go to someplace nice. We could go to like Gaia or one of the one of the outer ethereal planes. Just chill out
There
by
are
an
hot-
astral pool for a few days, hang out. Maybe make
Is there a
sure
hot
Kaz and
spring
Zach.
plane?
You ever taken a dip in an astral pool? It's actually quite nice.
Marty's tempted.
Can have a celestial diva like bring you margaritas while you chill in a color pool.
Is Val still here?
I mean, that sounds.
She seems
That sounds
flummoxed,
pleasant.
but yes, she is still here. She's just been standing over in the corner, kind of like shaking her head.
God.
So I'm thinking we spend the day, eat, take a bath.
Yeah.
Val's like, yeah, sure.
Marty
I mean, the
wants to
temple
drink.
services. If you guys want to stay here at the temple, that's fine. Or, I mean, I'm not going to stay here because
No, you and me are going out.
okay then.
These guys can do their own thing.
Yeah, you're right. We're going out. She likes your assertiveness and seems to have responded very positively to that. She's like, let's start now, and she comes over and takes your hand and leads you out of the room.
Yeah, we're gonna leave.
Marty's
Okay.
very excited for you guys. He flashes you
Soul
a
Setter
smile.
and Val step out of the room then.
Marty stands up from the table. I need alcohol.
Good luck with that then. You guys are going to go do the adventurer thing and celebrate the victory or whatever and get shit-faced drunk. That sounds like fun, but honestly, little worried about Kaz and Zach, so I guess I'll see you guys later then. If you ever need anything, shop Sedgwick Co. Whatnot. Don't lose that thing. And he points at your sphere. He's like, whatever you do, also don't put it in any extra dimensional space. That'd be real bad. Like, don't stick that in a bag of holding or a portable hole. Or honestly, probably keep it cool and maybe don't piss it off. Anyway, see ya. And then he
Fair
pulls
enough.
a device out of his pocket and disappears.
If we never see him again, it'll be too soon.
Kind of like
I kind of wanted to kidnap him, but
I think
never
he's
was
okay.
to be.
I mean, there's always tomorrow. You can
There's always tomorrow.
go back out to the headquarters and kidnap him if
Always
you want.
tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow,
Kidnapping Sedgwick ain't exactly tough.
Nope.
So do you guys do you want to close the session then with just Bacchanalia, where you guys go out, get shit-faced drunk and party? You tell me what you're doing. I know what Fowl and Soul Setter are doing. That's taken care of. They're tied up for the rest of the evening.
Are we up against Sherby's hard stop? Is that?
Yeah,
is that
that's why we're wrapping up because I know
Oh,
the
I
Colonel's
see,
got
I
a thing
see.
to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
6 o'clock California time.
Oh,
We don't have to.
got it. Okay. Well, then we've got some time then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Soul Setter and
All
Fowl have exited. So what are the rest of y'all doing?
Marty wants a drink.
Okay, I mean, you go to the tavern, it's fucking empty. There's nobody there but a barkeep who is asleep behind the bar.
You don't need to convince Ume to drink after a victory.
Okay, Ume's coming out.
You guys,
Tiberius is in the same boat. Like, what the fuck is going on? Roy doesn't know. Like,
so you guys,
Are you having
Whiskey does.
a crisis of faith,
Oh,
Tiberius?
Faith,
Yeah.
you guys walk in, and the barkeep, adventurers, booze. You'll want booze, and he gets up and starts cleaning a dirty glass with an even dirtier rag. What can I get you then?
Strong.
We pretty well cleaned out because a lot of the adventurers decided to get all tanked up the day before their big adventure south of the wall. But I got this, and he reaches under the bar and pulls out a brown jug with 3 X's on it. He's like, it's strong, but it tastes like acid because it's got some in it.
I'll use prestidigitation to flavor it with a little lime juice, you know, in the hopes
Nice.
that improves.
Okay, you start pouring shots. It is supremely. I mean, it's basically just ethanol with some acid in it
And now also at the hint of lime.
and a hint of lime. Yes.
It's the LaCroix flavoring technique.
Oh god. Look, wobbles.
It's
Oh,
worse than
pumpkin-
liquor.
I'll make it pumpkin spice for the holiday.
Marty's
okay.
gonna try a shot, and then he's gonna ask the bartender if he has something that doesn't taste like ass.
I'm turning to Tiberius.
I kind
and
of
I'm
don't at the moment. I mean, I've got this beer, but it's ass beer. It's the one brand I couldn't sell to the adventurers because it tastes like ass. He pops
All right.
open, twists the top off of a bottle and sniffs. He's like, "Whoa, it smells like ass too." And he hands you the bottle, and sure enough, it smells like a dirty asshole.
Is it
Someone
better?
to like purify food and drink, or
It's less
Right?
caustic, so if you guys purify food and drink on liquor, it just turns it into water.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Booze is technically poison.
Yeah, God forbid.
I
It is
mean,
within the rules, right? Yeah,
it smells bad, but yeah, like it the
Does
guy,
it taste-
the barkeep says, "I promise it won't make you blind," but that's literally the only thing I promise.
Honestly, that's the best guarantee I've had all day.
Okay, you chug it. Tastes like ass, but it's getting you drunk.
Great.
The colonel's breath smells like ass.
That's what prestidigitation.
Also, those of you who are
I'll-
drinking
yeah,
the
I'll
other,
prestidigitate some spearmint.
Yeah,
those
like,
of, okay, now it's spearmint flavored ass.
Table. One
It
of her
tastes-
drinking partners smells like ass.
well,
Okay.
I'm afraid to get between Ume and the big bottle with the 3 X's on it, so that's why I got my own drink.
So your drink now smells like a freshly shit wad of chewing gum.
Nice.
Those of you who are drinking the Triple X brand, your stomachs are starting to hurt. But you're real fucked
I'll
up.
lay on hands later. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Hick.
You guys are getting royally shit-faced then. So you
You're
sit around,
recently on hands, Ume.
do some dedicated drinking, and you're all just piss drunk then. Bartatos, what are you doing? Are you also getting
I'm
piss
not
drunk?
gonna be getting- no. I'm like I'll have had one drink. And
Designated driver?
Yeah,
Got it.
someone
Okay.
should be-
Designated
Person.
adult.
Yep. Okay. Bartatos is drinking responsibly then. You had one drink of not poison. The barkeep just brought you like a glass of water.
Soda.
Bartatos is having a wine spritzer.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, I was gonna go for like a Zima analog or something.
Yeah, oh, the barkeep has Zima. If you want a Zima, he's like, yeah, you can have some of this because I can't sell this shit either. Personally, I think it's worse than that ass beer, but here you go. And he hands you a Zima. He's like, we got all of this you can drink.
I'm leaning drunkenly over to Marty, and I'm like re-summoning my blade in different shapes. I'm like, and the cool thing is, I know how to use all of them.
Wow.
Hick.
Marty is really impressed.
Whoa, holy shit.
All right,
Yeah.
so drunken flirting. Got it.
Marty also wants to play cards. I don't know how much gold people have, but he likes gambling.
You can play with each other or you can play with the barkeep because it's literally the only people here.
Who's in for cards and gambling? That's who Marty wants to play with.
I still don't think I have
man.
any money. I don't think Ume has ever had money.
If you
Yeah,
want,
I've spotted Ume money. Let me see what I have actually.
You asked the barkeep, hey, you want in on this? He's like, fuck no, I've played Gambled with Adventures before. I already learned that lesson. You fuckers cheat.
Yeah, I have 1270
No offense.
gold.
how do you still have that much gold?
So I don't spend very much these days. I
I have
just got
2,900.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Marty's
I'll
going
stake.
I'll stake Ume for 200 gold, and I'll go in for 200 myself. You want to play?
I can only
play a round
afford to
of,
go in for
Wizard's
100.
Broker. Or 100.
Marty.
I'll stake Ume for 100 and go in for 100.
Okay, you guys can gamble as long as you want for whatever stakes you want. You guys decide how the money ends up in exchange's hands. So you're drunkenly gambling, and no one is fleecing you because there's no one around to fleece you.
Cool.
Soul Setter,
We
you
just
and
roll
Foul
actual
have a lovely
craps,
romantic
like roll
evening.
2d6.
Sweet. That's more or less what was happening. Dinner and then like just a really nice bath.
Yep, that's fine. You go to a place where these guys aren't that has some food. They give you, I mean, they have some modest fare because again, it's like off season think of off season in a tourist town right after tourist season has ended. But you get a nice meeting and then you find a nice quiet room for some alone time.
Sweet.
I feel like I need an actual deck of cards, like with blackjack or something.
Hold on a second. I may be able to oblige that.
Nice. Yeah, deal with some hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a tabletop simulator.
There you go.
Now we're just gonna watch them play blackjack.
Bitterroot, your dealer.
It's just one hand for 100 gold. We're all staked in.
Yep.
I'm dealer? Okay. Doing clock.
Do you have to
card
shuffle the
immediately.
deck?
I already shuffled
I
it.
don't,
Okay.
okay, I don't know.
What
do you
card
beat
game
it?
are we playing, by the way? We're dealing,
I
but
think
nobody
blackjack was the idea,
Yeah.
right? I don't know.
playing blackjack. Okay.
How do you view the cards? Like
Just
sorry.
hit F to flip them over.
Okay.
You can take them in
Wait,
your
but-
hand to look at them, yeah.
How do you take them in your hand?
So
Like this?
over by your poison on the table,
Oh, I
drop them on
see.
your name. There will be a little, yep.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Shouldn't there be a dealer if you guys are playing blackjack? Who's the dealer?
I'm sorry, I dealt, but I didn't act as dealer.
Let's
I got
play.
you.
Okay, you know what? Hold your hands. You guys are playing. We'll say you're playing. Since you got 2 cards that are down, we'll say you guys are playing. You're playing.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, you're playing Hold'em. So here you go. Here's the flop.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll handle the flop.
Thanks. Sorry, I fucked up.
That's all right. We got it. So flop is 5, 6, 2 and a rainbow.
I mean, we're just saying we're all in for 100.
Okay, everybody went all in
how
for.
this works.
Okay, got it. Everybody went all in for 100 because you're drunk. All right. Got a 6 on the turn,
Yeah.
and the river is a 9 of clubs.
Wait.
3 6s. Mm.
Clock Tower's
Oh.
got 3, 6. Let's see him there,
Damn.
drunkie.
I had a pair of 4s. I thought that was gonna be.
Let's see him. He's drunk. He could be lying.
Wait. Actually, no. I guess 2 pair. 2 pair is better than 3 of a kind, right?
Nope.
Is it?
3 of a kind beats
Nope.
2 pair.
Three of kind is better.
Oh, does it? Okay, now you're right.
What do you got?
I was-
Clocky's got the trip 6s. Yep. Colonel, what do you got? Nothing.
Two-pair.
Oh, Colonel's got 6s and 5s. Yep. All right, Clocky takes it with trip 6s.
Woohoo! I make my weapon into a Vuvuzela and start playing it.
So the barkeep's gonna ask you to knock that shit off.
I saw it from the pipe man, and I kind of point towards Bardatos.
I don't know what a pipe man is, but okay. And as you guys are sitting here gambling, drunken as shit, there is a little pop, and Kaz and Zach are suddenly in the bar.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you want in? We'll deal you in.
Kaz says no, and he walks over to the bar and starts rooting around behind the bar, just grabbing what appears he's looking for something to drink. He's like, holy fuck, there ain't no booze in this dump. I'm gonna go check the kitchen. And then he wanders off into the kitchen. He does have his sack over his shoulder. A hand pops out of the sack and grabs a Zima off the bar as he passes by. Zach's like, nah, you guys are too drunk. And also, cheating you guys wouldn't even be fun if you were sober. So we did your thing. That robot exploded. That sucks because I kind of wanted to keep it, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, that's all taken care of. We're gonna beat it before Calidor and the rest of those guys get back, because honestly, we'd prefer that they not know where we are. But do us a favor and let them know that we took care of their thing, and also they owe us.
Yeah, we can pass that along.
I mean, it wasn't asking you to do it. It wasn't a question. I was telling you to do it. Make sure you do it, or I'll find you. Anyway, see you around, and I'm gonna go. What kind of food they got here? Anything good?
There's soup at the temple. Marty's really
I'm not in the
excited.
mood for soup. I was
Talking
hoping,
too
man,
loudly.
I really miss the Suji and the Ryujin, he says as he wanders back into the kitchen. You hear some loud crash, and the barkeep's like, hey, what's it? And then you hear a smack and a thud. And then you don't hear the barkeep talking anymore, and then you hear the back door open and slam, and then things are returning to quiet in the end.
Marty wants to drunkenly check and make sure they didn't kill the bartender.
He's just unconscious. He looks like he got slugged pretty good. There's a
Ume's
ham hock
looking
on the
at the,
floor next to him. It looks like he got whomped with a side of ham.
Oh no, he got ham hawked.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Ume's looking at the pile of 300 gold in front of her. She has never seen this much money in front of her in her life.
Yeah, 300 gold or 300 koku would be an unimaginable fortune by your standards, yes. Chad is happy that
Marty
someone got
takes the
laid.
ham. And brings it back to the table. He'll be fine.
Okay,
Throws it
yeah,
out.
there's ham. It's like it's just a nice smoked ham. So,
Powerful. Look over at Bartos. You want any?
anything particular you guys want to do other than drink, celebrate, and eat ham, and then eventually pass out?
I mean, what else is there to do? That's the life.
Okay, you guys drink and eat ham
I mean,
until you pass out.
I'd perform.
Ooh,
There's really
yes.
no audience, but you're welcome to sing for these
There's an
guys.
extremely excited audience member.
Sadly, no
Do
lettuce
the
chat.
part
Sorry.
thing.
There's several extremely excited audience members.
Okay, you guys throw the room keys and panties at Bartatos as he plays then.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, performance was 22.
Yes.
He brought the house down of his one pan.
You did. You brought the house down. Even Biddy threw some underwear at you, but they weren't his, so you don't know where he got them.
Ugh.
Old prestidigitation.
Yep, you've been bombarded
Some
with
greater
panties and
underwear.
room keys. Also, after you finish your set, these guys are now passed out unconscious on the table. There's mostly eaten ham and a lot of spilled booze and some very sticky playing cards.
Good party.
Yeah.
You wanna drag these guys to a room, Bartatos, or you wanna just let them sleep in puddles of their own sick? You tell me.
I was gonna drag them to rooms.
Okay, you take a couple gold from the pot that nobody's gonna miss and throw it on the barkeep's thing for rooms. I'm assuming you probably woke the barkeep up. He's like, yeah, whatever rooms you want, they're all open. He takes his 2 gold and he's like, I'm keeping the hams gonna be on the tab. Then he wanders off into the back to put a stake over the bruise on his eye.
Oh, okay.
And you guys may take a long rest. You wake up the next morning, and you're waking up in Notch. You're all hungover real badly, except for, well, Soul Setter, you and Foul aren't, but Bartatos, you're not. Everybody else is super hungover, though.
Take 5 points away from my lay in hands pool. I'm not hungover.
Can you give me some of that minor restoration there, Ume? I mean, after all, you did clean me out.
This is true. 5 points away. Tiberius
you.
not hungover anymore.
You're a real true friend, Ume.
So, Soul Setter, there's a note that slides under your door.
Okay.
And Foul looks over and she's like, I probably should get back to Karenborg. You gonna stop by anytime soon?
I will send a message if I am.
Okay. She gives you a kiss on the cheek and then she wanders over and begins praying softly for a few minutes and then she disappears with a pop.
All right. What's the note say?
Just says, meet me in my office. See.
Okay. I guess I will get together and find everyone else.
All right, so you go looking around. The town is a bustle this morning. There appear to be not nearly as many people as went south of the wall that came back, but also there are a lot more people in town than there were yesterday. You're assuming probably the ones that are capable of magical or expedited travel have returned in advance. Most of them seem to be intent on getting their shit together. There's a lot of celebratory parties and whatnot. There's a lot of money flying around because the ones that came back are cashing in. There's a line at the Adventurers Guild that's double wrapped around the building again. But
right.
yeah, the town is well, it's back to its normal level of commerce plus, say 50%. And you see more people trickling out of as you're like wandering around town looking for wherever these guys passed out. You do see the gates to the wall itself are actually open, and there's a relatively steady stream of folks coming out from underneath the wall, and then the adventurers coming out from beneath the wall and sort of making their way out into the town. Of those people, lots of them look real bad. The ones that are fresh out of the tunnel look like they've been rode hard and put up wet. Some of them are missing limbs. Some of them are just, being carried on their shields by their companions. There seems to be a lot of activity at all of the various temples and shrines, particularly that of Lanthassa.
Oh, that's death.
So that's what you walk out into. You guys in the other location are still groggily sleeping. Bardatos, you're fine. You wake up and there's a note under as you wake up and are getting yourself dressed and prepared for the day. A note slides under your door as well.
What's my note say?
To get your sots, gather those sots together and meet me in my office. C. The signature is
Okay,
just the letter
so-
C.
Galador, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll eat some breakfast.
Okay, you head downstairs and there's leftover ham and eggs. Ham seems to have maybe been on the floor or something. When you bite, like as you're eating your ham and eggs, there's like it's crunchier than ham and eggs should probably be. But
Grit.
it's not the worst breakfast you've ever had.
I'm just cleaning up with some prestidigitation to make sure the debris is off it. So
Okay.
it's on the floor.
Turn it green. Green.
You could have green eggs and ham if you want. That's fine with
Green
me.
egg.
Green eggs and ham is just a dish. It's on the menu. You don't have to turn it green. You can just order them that way.
Oh wow.
Maybe we were too hard on the bar.
I guess after I eat breakfast, if everyone else is still
Yeah,
out,
they're
I'm gonna
unconscious. That's
wake
fine.
people. I'm gonna go wake people up.
All right, you head upstairs and start slapping people awake. The rest of you are slapped awake by Bardatos. You're very hungover. You're trying to exchange healing and whatnot as you do.
I've done the Tiberius thing kind of sneakily. Martinique was not involved with that. And I'm like, hey, Tiberius, Martinique doesn't know that I can cure hangovers.
I just imagine like hungover people laying in their beds, just like touching each other to like cure, just like just barely.
Barry's just nursing
Here
his
you go.
hangover.
Here's your hangover cure.
So you guys get patched up and get yourselves together. And Bardatos shows you the note. It's like, hey, you were the thing. And about that time, Slexy, you walk into the bar where these guys are as they're coming downstairs.
Okay.
So you're all together.
Walk in, say, hey, I got a note this morning. We should probably head out.
Yep. Let's go talk to Calidor.
All right, so you guys wander over to back to the Citadel. The stable hand from yesterday is also still there. It's just now he's wearing an actual guard's uniform and holding a sword very awkwardly.
Aw, he got promoted.
I'll fix his stance again. No, we've been over this. Come on.
Well, there was a shovel yesterday. It's different, but you touch up his stamps. He's like, "Thank you, man. Thank you." You guys are here but sorry. Halt! State your purpose. He goes into official guard mode now.
Yeah.
The other guard that's standing next to him goes, "Shut the fuck up, kid." He walks over and cuffs him. And he's like, "Go. The Calidor told us to expect you." And he's like, he's in his office. And then he starts having a whisper fight with the young kid.
He's like so loud.
Is Marty still hungover?
Oh, yeah.
I'm still hungover. Yeah.
I'll heal your hangover.
Little lesser restoration pops that up. Okay, so Soul Setter
Marty
comes
gives
over
you
and
a big
patches it up.
hug. Thank you, God.
Wow, it's so nice that
Soul
someone on our
Setter
party
smells
thinks you're
very
hangover.
faintly of perfume.
I'm sorry, what?
Soul Setter smells very faintly of perfume when you give him a hug.
Marty catches the smell and he looks up at Soul. He says, "Hey, where's Val?"
She had to dash.
Oh, he gives him a pat on the arm.
Adventures get a love on the run sometimes. So you guys make your way to Calidor's office then. His secretary is back. She's like, well, she just throws a thumb over her shoulder. Door's open, and the marshal is sitting there with his boots back on the desk in his normal marshal's attire. He's like, come on in, guys. Shut the door.
Go in, shut door.
You guys follow in. He's like, well, so what happened?
Big damn heroes? Question mark.
Oh, no, that's a good question.
Most of the heroes are still south of the wall, I fear. But some of the big damn heroes came back. I'd kind of like to know why those big damn heroes are not coming back north of the wall and are now, even as we speak, swelling the forces of the Necromancer.
I guess we'll just explain the full situation, our memory of it, how it broke down.
Yeah.
Wasn't our contracts rewritten?
They were, yeah.
Would that have?
Yeah, can I?
I guess
You guys
we'd have
wanna-
to check it.
I don't know. Do you want to look at a contract?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
So you look at your contract and it now says go south of the wall to the city of Kirsten and kill whatever you can find there and then return at the same payment terms as you had before.
Okay.
Is there any kind of perception check I can do to see if that makes sense, or like?
Yeah, sure. Make an investigation check. You can try and see if it's been
I mean, it
doctored or
makes
forged.
sense for what we were there.
Did six.
Yeah, I'm just curious if there's any kind of like inconsistency or like
Yeah,
contradiction.
no, that's totally cool. What'd you get on your check?
Yeah, my investigation is unfortunately just a 13.
Ah, that's good enough. You do contracts all the time. It looks like a perfectly normal Adventurers Guild contract. You don't see any evidence of tampering or
Okay.
forgery. It just says you were
Well, it
supposed to
sounds
go
like
south of the
we
wall to the town of Kirsten and
Fucked
do
up, guys. I mean,
kill whatever you
we're
found there.
supposed to be south of the wall.
I mean, we
No,
did
I
kill
guess
stuff
we're
there.
supposed
You
to-
did?
Oh, we-
Yeah. Your
We
your
stayed
contract is
together.
complete. You did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did do that. That's a good point. Well, okay.
You
do you
staked
know
4
why we
vampires, right?
do
Yeah.
that?
Say again?
Do you remember why we went there instead of with the rest of the force to the Ice Keep?
Does who remember what? Caldor says.
Galador.
I don't know what the hell you guys were doing. What's your contract say? You guys went to Karsten? Okay. I mean, I don't know why the hell they sent you there, but whatever.
Supposed to go kill vampires. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't
I
mention
remember some
vampire in the
vampires.
contract, but if you went south and killed some vampires, I mean, hey, good job.
Yeah, we did.
That's nice.
Contract.
Can somebody
Change.
get back to the part where you explain to me why a bunch of adventurers and heroes are dead? Like we saw the explosion and the shattering that broke what remained of Icewall Keep. You guys want to explain that at all?
Yeah,
I haven't
that-
seen Kaz or Zach. Did the plan work? Are we all fucked? What?
Oh yeah.
That part is good. Good is relative. They did what they were trying to do.
Okay. How do you know that? Explain.
They popped in and told us before they popped out again.
Okay, you guys give you can fill Calidor in the skinny, be like, hey, we were drinking and celebrating when we got back, not dead. And Kaz and Zach showed up, knocked out a barkeep, stole some liquor, and then left and said, hey, by the way, we did your job.
You owe us one.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that too.
Also, yeah. He's like, well, I'm sure. I mean, Kaz and Zach think everybody owes them everything at all the time anyway. So how the fuck is that new? Anyway, I guess good. I did remember leaving Sedgwick in charge. Have you guys seen him? Because he ain't around.
He took off before Kaz and Zach got back.
That makes absolutely perfect sense. Did he say where he was going? Because I scried this morning and Sedgwick Co. HQ ain't where it was last time I looked.
Yeah, something about another plane.
That also makes sense. I wish I could flee to another plane every morning. Although last time I did that didn't work out so well. I had sex with the woman that killed me and made a son. Anyway,
Whoa. That sounds like a good
so
story.
what are you guys going to do next?
I wouldn't be like, sounds rough, buddy.
Well, I mean, the sex wasn't rough, but I digress. It's beside the point. Anyway, I'm not even sure I can procreate anymore. I'm not exactly alive, technically. But again, I digress. What are you guys up to now? What are you doing? Do you need work? Why are you in my office? If Kaz and Zach did a job and you guys' thing is whatever it is that you needed with that robot is taken care of and all these people died for apparently nothing.
I guess we're just delivering their message and then
Great.
didn't you leave-
Well, this is what I signed on for. This is why I'm here in Notch. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. I guess today it snowed. Anyway. You know what? I need a minute. Can you guys just unless you have something that you need me for, why don't you guys make yourself scarce? I'm gonna yeah. And he reaches down and opens the bottom drawer of his desk and pulls out a bottle of brandy and just starts drinking it. You guys want some?
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Round
So-
two.
He pours each of you guys. Anybody who wants one, he will pour your drink. He's like, yeah, but the only stipulation for that drink is not here. So see ya. He shoos you out of his office and begins to drink. So you are, and the door shuts behind you guys as he bustles you out. And you're standing in the secretary's office, and she's like, oh, he's got the brandy out. Oh, fuck. Anybody needs me, I'm taking my 15. She puts a sign on her thing that says out to lunch and just walks out into the hallway.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nobody need me, she says over her shoulder as she leaves.
okay. So I guess we have to we have the thing to detect.
You do have a device. If you pull it out and poke the button, Biddy, it's still pointing very slightly to the northwest, and the beep is very slow.
Well, we got brooms. We got a little tracking device.
You guys want to get paid?
Yeah.
Paid would be good.
Get paid.
Yeah. Let's get paid, of course. Yeah.
Okay, you head. And do you anything you want to do before you go over to the Adventurers Guild, or you just want to go straight there?
Go straight there.
Well, there's a line, so you guys head over to the Adventurers Guild and get in the queue. You see drones flying back and forth, Sedgwick Code drones, and each of them had, like, every one of them seems to be carrying chests, like strong boxes. And when they drop them off on the pad, every one of them seems to be making a very meaty and weighty thunk. You see lots of adventurers coming outside. Basically, there's a big line going in, and there's another door with an exit, and there are adventurers going in and adventurers staggering out of the exit. All of them seem to be carrying those chests. Some of them are joyfully being like, I'm rich, and throwing handfuls of gold in the air. They're like, I'm retiring, fuck adventuring. Like, you know, everybody come. It's like you're at a lottery office and everybody who's coming out of it just won.
Awesome.
I guess we should get our bag of holding ready.
Yeah, right?
All right, so you guys wait in line for about 8 hours. Because, again,
Yeah.
the line is very long. And finally, you get into the building, and there's the what appears to be the same bedraggled lady you stood in there last time. And she's like, put your cha-cha in the thing, take your money, and get the fuck out of here.
Bartatos, do you want to try to maybe get us more money?
I kind of want to just give her. I just kind of want to give her like a little bottle. Of
She
booze
pulls a
and I-
crossbow out from under her desk and points it at you, Ume. She just says, fuck you. Negotiate with my crossbow. Put your contract in the slot and get the fuck out of here. I start shooting. I swear to God, I'm killing the next adventurer that tries to haggle. She yells at the people in line behind you. You hear that? I swear to all the gods, if any of you motherfuckers try and haggle, I'm killing every last one of you.
Already puts his contract in.
With the slot.
Okay, so you guys each step up, toss your contract in the contract slot, and a strong box full of diamonds, 1,000 gold piece diamonds, gets spit out in front of it. There's 25 diamonds,
Holy shit.
and each of you get one.
Good God. Ume's fucking
Really?
considering
Holy
running
shit.
back to her family.
You're not sure how much money you actually have, Ume, because this, like, gems don't get used as
Translate
currency. Well, they're not.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, gems are valuable in Rokugan, but also you have no idea how to evaluate the money worth of a gem.
So how much are the gems worth?
And
You have
I don't know,
25 1,000 gold piece gems, each of you. You each have 25,000 gold.
I'll look to Tiberius and be like, is this a lot?
Well, it depends on what you consider a lot, but yes. It's quite a lot.
You did see a bunch of adventurers coming out being like, I'm rich, woohoo, fuck this, I'm retired, I'm gonna buy it in. Another one's like, I'm gonna buy a castle. Like everybody that's been coming out of here seems to be convinced that they just won the lotto. They're like, I won Powerball, woo.
I'll have to think on this. This may have been my.
Can I roll to figure out like what this means? Because like I'm having a hard time understanding like
You
I
have
don't know,
25,000
some,
gold.
magic items, stuff like that.
But yeah, basically you're just adding 25,000 gold.
Yep. Unless you want to cast 25 spells that have a 1,000 gold piece diamond as a component that gets... Do you want to resurrect 25 people? Do you want to raise 25 people from the dead? You could use it to do that.
It's the price of a very rare item.
It is also, yes, you could... Yes, the typically very rare items cost that much, yeah.
I recommend illusionist bracers, Bartatas.
25,000.
Cool. We're rich, boys.
Yep, so you take your coffers and stagger out into the street. You got a shitload of money. Now what?
Welcome to
I
D&D,
guess-
ladies and gentlemen.
I guess look at the map to see what's northwest of us, since that's where the
Okay, that's
thing was
actually a good
beeping
idea.
at.
Let me load up the map here. Hang on one second.
Because I think Calidor gave us a map at one point.
You have a... Yeah, you guys have actually a map of Dragonworth, yes.
I'm pretty sure if I brought this back to Ryujin, it would actually crash the diamond mark.
No. I mean, they have... So gemstones in Ryujin, they do have them, and they are considered to be somewhat valuable, but also they're not directly exchanged for money. They're more like art objects. Think of their so in Ryujin, gems get used vastly more how we use gems in the real world. Yes, they have some intrinsic value, but also you can't take that like you go to the store and buy food with a diamond. Which in Dragonmirth, you on the mainland, you can do that. you could go buy food. Wow, why does the map seem super pixelated? Oh, it could be. I'll just shut the grid off. That'll help. There we go. That's
So white.
yeah, I know. Sorry. I'm working on a more colorful version. So you guys are in Notch, which is roughly here. Get a pen. So Notch is roughly here. And your device is pointing... Well, actually, that's a bad line. The drawing back. So your device is pointing roughly this way. So
Okay.
it's pointing in that general direction, slightly north of due northwest.
Can we shop before we leave Notch, or are we?
We can. We're just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me what you're doing. If you want to shop, you can go shop. Although, with this many rich adventurers, maybe not the greatest idea to go shopping because inflation is going to be through the roof, and also there ain't going to be shit to buy.
Yeah, we might want to wait.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, so you pull out your device, and it is a very, very slow beep, and the indicator, the little arrow indicator, is pointing in that general direction, which is sort of towards Dragonmirth proper, because Dragonmirth City, it's not directly at Dragonmirth, but it's in the general direction. Dragonmirth City is here.
What's this zone here?
So Karenborg, where is the actual city of Karenborg, is here.
Okay.
If you remember, south of that, there is this area, which is just a swamp where some lizard people live. There's land in between. There's the city here near Mirror Lake. Could be possibly pointing at that. There's a small settlement here where Mirror Lake has an estuary and a river that leads out to the ocean. It's a trading town.
We can just head that way, and it'll start
I'm gonna say
refining
we
as
can
we
see
get
if there's
closer.
like a contract that we can take that would take us back that way.
To
like,
the
caravan.
northwest, there is actually a very large city. Not a very. There is a city in Dragonmirth proper that are along the coast. That's like roughly here. Could possibly be pointing to that. I don't remember the name of that city. I'd have to look it up. But there is another big city in Dragonmirth proper.
Oh, anything in this?
Yep, anything along general line here is pointing, and also the
Doesn't just teleport somewhere else because we're following a god or whatever.
yeah. This may not be exactly to perfectly to scale either. It's just this general zone somewhere because the arrow is it's just an arrow that's pointing. It turns as you turn and move, so it may not be super laser accurate.
Estimation.
Seems like something that will be more accurate the closer you get, just because you can move the sphere around and it'll deviate as. But you're so far away now. When you if you walk from one side of Notch to the other, the arrow doesn't even seem to move. So that sort of gives you the indication that whatever it is you're looking for is very far away.
Far. Well, I don't really think we want to. I mean, we could fly, I guess, but might be more comfortable to get horses and a wagon. I don't know.
You tell me.
Well, how do you-
Horses and wagons are all readily available. There's also, if you recall, there's the lightning carriages. You could hire one of those to take you back. There is one that stops in this town at the edge of Mirror Lake, but that one also goes. I mean, the lightning carriages go to all the major cities. You can get a lightning carriage if you want that goes to the settlement of Mirror Lake. You can take a lightning carriage back to Karenborg. If you want to go elsewhere, there's a lightning carriage that goes over to Redwall Keep. If you want to head towards Soap, you can catch a lightning carriage up to Uswadi, which is a city at the mouth of the river. Or also you could catch one for New Burg. Any of the major settlements, you can catch lightning carriages too, as long as they are outside of Dragonmirth proper. Dragonmirth does not allow lightning carriages. Neither does Caradoc. Soap doesn't once you get beyond into the actual kingdom of Soap, but this area over here, you can get one to Redwall Keep. Anywhere in Karenborg, Unkaba, or outside the desert itself of Soap, you can get a lightning carriage to pretty much any of those places. There's also some unincorporated land up here. You could catch if you want, there's a lightning carriage to Kranich as well. None of those are necessarily in the direction you need to go, but all of those are major settlements. And you could do shopping and spending spree in any of those places because you're super rich now.
Yeah, we loaded.
Lightning carriage is kind of an expensive way to travel, though. Just throwing that
Yeah, I
out there.
don't necessarily want to bust all the cash.
Depends on how far you're traveling, but it will get you to where you want to go way faster than any other method.
Right.
I mean, Buttercup's pretty fast. I don't want to hear people shitting on Buttercup.
Horses are cheap and effective. If you want to buy horses, you can absolutely get horses at the list price in the book. They got plenty of horses because lots of adventurers brought their horses here and didn't come back to ride them. So, you know,
Right.
if you want to go buy horses, there's a horse merchant who's going to be real glad for the business. You may be bidding against other horse traders, in fact.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably vote for horses as our method. I don't want to spend all the cash on lightning carriage.
Sounds like it's a horse buyer's market, if you will.
Are brooms as fast as horses, or how
Bro-
fast are horses?
Slower,
Broom's faster,
slightly
isn't
slower.
it?
The broom is 50, a horse is 60. A riding horse is slightly
I'll
faster
still-
than a broom, but also only slightly.
Why don't we just go? We already have brooms. Why don't we just broom it? Like, I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
slightly slower than horses, but
We also would be able to carry as much potentially, or
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Horses
Yeah.
can carry stuff. Well, I don't know. Do you have any stuff that needs toted? You have a
No.
bag of holding. So.
A fuck ton of money.
Well, you have 25,000 gold piece gems. So, I mean, those don't even weigh a pound.
Yeah, I guess you can fit that in your pocket.
Most of your money is, yeah, you could put it in a pocket. I don't know as I'd necessarily recommend that because, you know, somebody steal that, but be the best day a pickpocket ever had.
Yeah.
Also, pickpockets don't tend to rob adventurers because that usually gets you killed.
Usually gets you killed. Yeah.
It's typically a bad idea. But anyway, up to you guys. So you tell me what you want to do, where you want to go.
Is there like a caravan contract that we can take guarding it so we ride for free, or get some money on the way?
Yeah. In fact, if you want, you could
Really
be
just call me
cowboys.
drum.
So there's when you go over at to inquire about the situation at the horse market and do some casual shopping around. There's actually a guy over there who's looking for people to herd a bunch of unused horses up to the town here at the mouth of Mirror Lake and drop them off. It's like, hell yeah, y'all want to be cowboys? I'll pay you 5 gold a day. Easy riding. Just gotta keep these horses, and hell, they all broken in and whatnot too. Should be an easy job. Y'all want to make a little extra gold. Going to be about 4 weeks to get you there, of course, because, you know, but hey, what are you going to do? Y'all
$5
interested?
gold a day, that's
I mean, Marty's
$5
down.
gold a day. That's not a bad payday.
He has a romanticized idea about cowboys.
Okay.
Why not?
Ah, cowboys. The kind that have way less rape and murder.
Yeah, the cottagecore version of cowboys.
Got it.
It's what Marty's picturing.
I mean that it all just depends on how fast we want to get to where
We're
we're going.
cowboys,
so.
but way less
I mean,
rapey.
we're kind of on a suicide mission, and there's no real reason to rush.
So, just to throw this out there, you also kind of don't know where you're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slow rate is going to allow us to zero in better.
Yeah, what if you go somewhere and go super fast, and then
We
as you
overshot it and then have
yeah
to
travel, the thing swings wildly while you're in the middle of nowhere. You're not exactly sure where you're going, so there's nothing necessarily wrong with the slower pace of travel. Also,
That's
this
good.
particular contract doesn't have an expiration date or anything. So
Right.
Sure.
Assuming
Yeah, I'm fine with the horse thing.
when you
Assuming
last
still
time you talked to
neighbor-
Jonas, he's like, "Hey, you guys are still on the case. Cool. I'm just glad you're not dead. Well, keep at it." He didn't seem like
Slapped
he was
on
in a
the
hurry
butt
or anything.
on
Yeah,
his merry way.
he did not seem especially rushed or anything.
assuming skilled
Well, it
labor
takes a
rate,
sweet
we all
time.
just got paid
It's a
about
sweet time.
2.5 million.
Yeah, you're rich as fuck. Adventures are rich. It's a thing. What'd you say, Biddy? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Oh, we got paid 20.
Oh, I was just saying, Roy takes a sweet time.
Yeah,
Roy's own timeline is the governing timeline here.
Okay,
We're
your
on-
Roy is a laid back Roy. All right.
US
Gosh.
Some
Okay.
interpretations of the Book of Roy support the laid back Roy interpretation, so that's fine. Biddy's you know,
There's a lot of
It's a
contradictions.
monster.
I'm working my way through it.
Jesus
I'm
was
really-
Jesus was a cool dude. Biddy's got more of the buddy Christ version of Roy. That's fine.
I'm really interested about this like crisis of faith that Tiberius was having earlier.
Yeah, Roy didn't know a thing.
Yeah, even gods don't know everything.
Yeah, I assume
And
Roy-
I mean, that
think-
directly contradicts what it says in the Book of Roy, but the Book of Roy also says bats are birds. So
Could be.
Because bats are what?
Bats are birds.
Bats are birds.
I get, is there any better like armor or shield I can buy somewhere along the way that isn't jacked up or that way till-
I mean, you probably wouldn't want to shop in Notch at the moment because it's full
Just
of rich
equip your
adventurers
you have a
drunk on their own
+1
power.
shield, don't you?
It's like, paying $100 for a shovel.
Yeah, kind
Do you
of.
want,
Yeah,
do you want
then
this
you know,
shield with babies being eaten on the front of it?
Yeah, put on your baby shield.
And give it
I think that was a heavy shield, so I couldn't use it anyway.
Shield's a shield. There's no heavy or light. Just shield
Yeah,
is a
there's no
shield.
classification.
Use it.
+1
Yeah,
shield.
you
I
can
thought it was like
totally-
armor.
You can totally use it.
Yeah, I have a
+1 shield.
+1 I have a +1 buckler and a +1 studded leather, but I was gonna look for
No, it's the
upgrade
same thing.
at some point.
Well,
When we're back,
that
somewhere
shield
that has a
wouldn't.
market.
Yeah, your +1 shield is
That
just as
wouldn't
good as that one, except it doesn't have babies getting drunk like a Pepsi on it or anything.
No, mine I believe has a beer mug. If we go back and check,
It does, and
So
I believe you have a
computers-
beer mug on your shield. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, probably. +1 shield's $500.
If you want to know where the nearest place to shop would be, probably the nearest city where you could shop would be the settlement on Mirror Lake, although that settlement isn't super huge. The nearest big city would be to, if you just wanted to shop, you would want to take a boat and go to Soapk, would probably be the closest place to go. You could go to Saladin and Soapk. There's an actually relatively robust market for magic items there. Alternatively, Karenborg City, the city of Karenborg, has a pretty well-established bazaar. You've been there before, you've seen it. Magic items there are plentiful and profitable, so could go to Dragonmirth. I mean, hell, you could buy a teleport scroll and teleport to Dragonmirth if you want. It's up to you guys. You got enough money to do pretty much whatever you want. If you want to get teleported to Dragonmirth, there's an adventurer in this town who will definitely teleport your team to Dragonmirth. Alternatively, you could just be cowboys. It's up to you.
Marty votes
You
for
guys tell
Cowboys.
me.
The Cowboys.
I'm voting Cowboys.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
Cowboys.
slow, like
Sounds pretty
after the
cool.
craziness of what
Yeah.
feels like the
Taking
whole first
the
part of this
slow break.
campaign. It's like having like a slow, like we're doing something with very low stakes besides just some horses. Like it's not the world's not in
Not the end of
danger.
the world or anything.
Again, you guys tell me if you want to ride cowboy style, you can do it. You give me an idea of how you want to travel, how long you want to take, and where you want to go, and we'll see what's available.
Any nay votes to the cowboy method?
I love the cowboy method. Yeah.
I think we're in agreement.
All right, well,
Cowboy
you
to
guys
Mirror Lake.
come to a general consensus then, and the horse seller guy's over there. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, you guys, seasoned adventurers coming south of the wall, and now you're deciding to retire to the relaxing life of a cowboy. You made a damn fine choice. I got a chili recipe here, comes standard with this contract." He hands you a recipe for a chili. It's like, "There's a chuck wagon over there. That's where you make the chili," and he points at a wagon. It's like, "I got 100 head of horses here that are going to be coming along with you. Chili fixins is in the wagon. And sign here, and it's all yours. You do have to deliver those to Mirror Lake, but, you got plenty of time. It's about a 4-week journey, I reckon, but the contract says 6 weeks, so, plenty of time. No need to rush."
What happens when, how do lost horses work into this?
Well, you
contract?
got to, whatever horses you lose, you got to pay for. That's part of the contract. Got to
Okay.
buy them. 50 gold a
We
head.
get-
50 gold a head for every horse you lose. So, maybe don't let them run off. But if y'all just came back from the wall, hell, you could buy the whole herd if you wanted. Hell, you want to do that? Hell, just buy the horses now. You can buy them here and sell them at Mirror Lake. You stand to make a better profit that way. You're not making 5 gold a day for the trip. Instead, you're making 25 gold a head. That's a hell of a better deal. I reckon could sell these horses up at Mirror Lake for probably 75 gold, I reckon. I'll sell them to you for 50 gold a head if you want to go contractless. Hell, I'll throw in the chuck wagon and a chili for free.
Tiberius, what do you think about that?
No, well, it's just so if we're making 5 gold a day and it's a 4-week trip, and if we lose a couple horses,
Yeah, it's fine. I can actually
Sounds
summon
good,
a steed as a mastiff to be like a sheepdog for the horses.
Help herd.
Yeah.
Can I make a check to see if I can see if he's giving us a good deal?
You bet. Insight.
Yeah, I guess I should do that sort of thing too, shouldn't I?
That is a 12.
Okay. As far as you can tell, he seems legit. Seems pretty honest. 50 gold is
Seems
normally
legit to me.
it's normally cheaper than what you normally pay for a horse. Yeah.
Ume's looking at the rest of the party. He's like, I want that chili recipe.
I think the chili recipe comes with the contract either
What'd
way.
you get on your check, Colonel?
Oh, let me roll it.
You're good at this.
I am. 24.
Yeah, he seems totally legit. He's saying he'll sell you as many horses as you want to buy for 50 gold pieces, and the regular price for a horse pretty much Dragon Mirth wide is around 75 gold. So if you buy 100 horses, you're looking to make maybe an extra 2,500 gold off of this.
Let's go into business, y'all. Let's do it. We're riding the high of our adventure winnings.
As long as we get the chili.
You fork over 5,000 gold, he'll fork over 100 horses. Also, he has 250 horses. If you want to try and herd 250 horses, he's willing to sell you he will sell you up to 250 horses at 50 gold a head.
Big herd.
Buttercup is
250 is probably a little more than you'd be able to. You feel
Yeah, like
comfortable
at that
to
point, we
do.
might need to hire people to come with
Make
us.
everybody make an animal handling check. Actually,
Oh no! Before
Oh.
I have my ring of animal friendship. Do I get advantage on this?
no, because you can talk to the horses.
I actually
but
got a 19
they're
on
horses.
that.
Okay, so
19.
100
19
horses
also.
actually is that's
It was a natural 19.
It's 20 horses for each of you. That seems like a reasonably manageable. But if you're not sure, Biddy, that you guys would be good enough cowboys, considering you've never cowboyed before, to manage much more than 100 horses. It feels like he's offering you a manageable sized herd of horses. If you wanted to go bigger, he'll sell you more, but that may be biting off more than you can chew.
Sold. 100 horses. Let's go.
Okay, somebody pay the man 5,000 gold.
do you guys want to split it up between us?
I'll throw in 1,000.
I think there's 5 of us.
Yeah, it's 1,000 apiece.
Yeah, 1,000 apiece.
Okay, everybody forks
Sure.
over one of their 1,000 gold pieces gem. He's like, oh, hell yeah, good deal. He spits in his palm and tries to shake each of your hands.
Ume will shake.
All right.
I will press the digitation to spit out of his hand and shake it.
Okay. He's like, a cleanly guy. I can appreciate that. And then when he goes to shake Bartatas's hand, he hawks the loogie in it again. You seem like a forthright fellow.
Prestidigitation and
Ain't nobody honor the spit handshake anymore. I like this lady here. She like the cut of your jib, ma'am. And he
I'll
thumps
shake
Yume
his
on the
hand.
shoulder.
Spit is currently dripping out of her hand as she's holding it out.
It's fine.
Marty.
He heartily
gives
shakes.
Marty gives Bartathas like fear eyes of like, "God, please help," as his hand is going in for the guy's loogie hand.
Do you press the digitation there, Bartatas?
no, I'm gonna let this one happen.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you get a nice juicy,
at you.
get a nice juicy handshake there, Colonel. It's gross.
Marty
His
comes
last
over
spit on it.
and slaps Bartathas on the back with his spit hand. Thanks, bud.
There you go.
And he's just gonna clean himself off and be like,
So each of you are now the proud owner of 20 horses, and then one of you is the proud owner of a chuck wagon and a chili recipe.
Ume was kind of obsessed with the chuck
"Yep,
wagon.
that's Ume."
All right, Ume, you have a wagon, so write that down on your sheet. And also you have a 5-alarm. You have Jimmy Joe's 5-alarm chili recipe
Jimmy Joe's alarm chili recipe.
In the chuck wagon.
and a chuck wagon.
I'll write it down. Stop poking me. Ume is going to be perfecting chili. Her horse wrangling responsibilities are going to be designated to Buttercup, the Mastiff.
Okay, what's the intelligence on one of those steeds?
8 is the intelligence.
They're smart enough, though. Okay, smart enough.
Yeah.
It's smart enough to herd
100%.
horses. Smart enough to talk if they had the right parts. It's good enough for
Yeah.
speech. Okay,
Yeah, fine.
that's
These
fine.
are smart.
You summon a dog. Buttercup comes back as a large, I don't know, collie, let's say, a border collie.
Can I flavor it that it looks like Coda? So because that would make me happy.
It could be a golden retriever. I don't care. It looks like whatever Clock Tower says it does.
Yeah, it's
his-
Coda looking.
Okay, so you make a
Yay.
golden.
Yay!
Jimmy Joe's like, y'all can keep them horses here overnight, but I reckon you're going to leave in the morning because I need that corral space. So if you're going to, I'll let you stable them here tonight for free, but after that, it's going to be livery charges if you want to hold them over longer.
Yeah, sounds fair.
All right, I reckon
Yeah,
I'll see y'all in the morning then. Probably ought to get yourself some cowboy duds over to the haberdashery, assuming you can find some. Chaps are useful. Then he turns and walks away, and he is wearing a pair of assless chaps, so you can see his butt.
So I have I have the little Sedgwick bot Roombinator thing.
Yep, the Roombinator.
Can I is there can I try to order like chaps or something from Cedric Co?
So you shout at the Roominator, be like, "Hey, Roominator," and it does
Bring me
not it does not respond.
You have 34 people ahead of the queue, and you fucking Friday night, Foxhole. God damn it.
No, it doesn't respond in any capacity. If you put it on the ground and yell at it, it comes out and there are like little cleaning arms and you hear a small whirring noise. And if you set it down, it's in the middle of a dirty street, so it just spins in a circle and then shuts itself down.
Okay, so it's not like the Alexis.
No, it does not
Doesn't
appear
have
to be connected to the Alexis thing. No, it's not.
It's not a smart Roombinator.
Are we cowboy?
Cowboy core now, babe.
I don't know. When you put it down in the street, it seemed overwhelmed and shut down. So it must have some manner of intelligence. Smart enough to know it couldn't clean a street.
It's just a little guy.
Yeah, I think the riding gear is not a bad thing to pick up if we can get something.
Okay, you guys can all go. You can buy whatever saddle and tack you want at the prices in the book. In fact, I'll give you a discount. You can buy prices at 75% of whatever the book price is for whatever saddle and tack you want. Because again, they got extras.
I'll look it up, group. Don't you worry.
It's a buyer's market because a bunch of people are dead.
Yeah.
You get like a full plate barding for your steed.
If you want barding for
Yeah.
your horse, you can absolutely buy it at 75% of the listed price.
And that's probably a really good deal.
Yeah,
it
it is
really
expensive.
Like that's what I'm saying. That it is expensive, but it's still like, what is it, 1,500 normally? So you get.
I have no idea what barding is. I've literally never barded a horse because it's.
I'm saying like full plate barding for a horse is.
I have
like,
no idea. We can
it's-
look.
I think
but
it's the same price as full plate.
it's like the stupidest way. It's one of the worst ways to spend money in D&D.
So let's see here.
I'm gonna bard
Like a
this
sa-
horse. Cool. Fireball. Horse is dead.
Exotic saddles. It says is 60 gold pieces. I think.
Exotic
okay.
is 60, military is 20. I honestly think military is probably like better. in
Yeah, we
general.
don't need like fancy tack.
So 5 GP each.
So barding costs 4 times the weight of the animal that you want to put it on.
Warhorse way. Now I gotta look that up.
No, that's not how it works. How does barding price? That's weird.
Cost times 4. That's all
Yeah,
it
that's
says.
not specific enough. There's probably a.
20?
So the like saddle.
Oh, it's 4
bags,
times the cost of the animal you're barding. Got it.
20 total for 5 for us.
So barding is 4 times the cost of the animal you're putting it on.
Okay.
So if you want to bard
And
a
it's-
war horse, for example, it's 1,600 gold.
Okay. And it doubles the weight of the animal.
Correct.
Is that what the times 2 means? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It weighs twice as much as whatever the animal weighs.
I mean, I'm riding in my wagon. I ain't barding shit.
That's fine. Like I said,
Not
barding is literally one of the worst ways you can invest money in D&D. It's super expensive, and also a horse is still good. It doesn't matter how well you armor your horse; it's just gonna die.
What does it even do? Does it add
It raises the
armor?
horse's armor class. That's all it does.
That's
Yeah.
AC to your horse. Yeah.
Wait,
I was just saying for Clock, since he's usually mounted, I figured it might be useful.
Clock doesn't care if his horse dies because he can just make a new one.
I summon another one.
Yeah.
Like my horse dies, it just goes back to its home planet.
Clock Tower has the
Oh,
only
Fair enough.
kind
I
of
don't know
useful
your,
horse that
strategy, yeah.
horses
It's
are
a-
free. Oh, I got killed. Whatever.
It says the barding is 4 times the cost of the equivalent human
Oh,
armor.
jeez.
Oh, okay, so
I
it's
thought it
even
was the
worse
same
then.
cost.
Yeah, it's 6,000 GP.
And it weighs twice as much as the armor.
There you go. Okay.
Never mind.
So there's your specifics. Full plate armor for a horse is stupid expensive.
6,000 GP. That's like
insane.
6.
It wasn't even that expensive buying it on Steam.
You can buy a rare
Probably-
magic item and have change left over for what it costs to bard a war horse in
Yeah.
full plate.
Wow. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
And at the end of the day,
That's really
that
bad.
horse
That's
still
really bad
dies
game
to
design,
one
actually.
guy with hitting it with the sword.
They really
Yeah.
should. They really should make it cost the same as human, or even like less than human armor, because I think it's obviously way less relevant.
Just don't bard your animals. The real solution is if you're an adventurer, don't buy barding for your animal unless you
Well, they should
really
make
need it.
so it's like at least like something you should consider buying. Otherwise, it's like irrelevant. Like it's kind of dumb.
It has a use. It's just,
It's just really
Fucking
bad.
expensive.
when your horse gets killed, the barding is still there. You can put it
Yeah.
on another horse.
It's like if you spend the money, you're getting like plus.
It's like I'm sorry, this smells like fried horse, but please wear this. Horse number 2.
Yeah,
is
the
your
horse you
name,
put it on
actually.
is probably going to shy away at the smell because it's going to smell like dead horse. But yeah, the barding is not destroyed when the horse gets killed.
So Ume is really into the cowboy cottagecore life and is
Okay.
also excited by spicy foods and chili in general. She is like in the wagon making chili daily.
You got it. So Ume is making the worst chili you guys have ever had. It seems like
Throw some
she's not
prestidigitation
exactly
in there.
sure how chili's supposed to taste because the first batch has fish in it.
It's actually fishy. Yeah, it's a very fishy chili.
That sounds good, actually.
A lot of umami
gonna
kind of
throw,
flavor,
some-
which is not what you'd normally get in your chili. So we're just gonna, you guys. So the next morning, you guys head up, grab your horses, and start heading out with the horse train.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's where we'll wrap things up. Then you guys are prepared to go overland on a cowboy journey. Any idea where you're going? Because you still haven't said that.
We're
Out
going
of
down
Notch
there.
is cool, but I kind of need to know what direction.
We're gonna go to that spot.
Following the
Mirror
following
Lake.
the orb.
Heading
Yeah,
towards
that
Mirror Lake. Okay, so you guys want to go to the settlement at the settlement at the mouth of Mirror Lake where the estuary comes in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
that's
follow, like,
that's a
hopefully the-
perfectly reasonable destination because it's it's really sort of the only sizable. It's the next sizable settlement closest to Notch. It's also where this guy told you could sell your horses, although in theory you could sell horses anywhere.
Yeah.
And
But
they
again,
they would
like-
likely have a place where you could shop for some magic items. They may not have the best selection in the world, but it's it's a good destination. It's on the way as well. All right,
Okay.
that's where we'll wrap things up. Then you guys have bought a cowboy train and you're ready to cowboy up and head north. Got a cowboy up.
Five.
Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Cowboy life. Assless
I think
chaps are
it's
going to be
ridiculous.
everywhere. So many assless chaps.
Everywhere.
Marty's wearing
Yeah.
assless chaps for sure. If Marty doesn't
Oh.
have on a set of assless chaps, I'm going to be disappointed.
What does Roy say about chaps? What does the book of Roy say about chaps?
The Book of Roy does not mention chaps specifically, but it does have problems
All right,
with
assless
gratuitous
then.
nudity.
That settles it.
Well, gratuitous
So-
nudity is counterindicated.
Oh, well.
You're
We'll go
supposed
with
to be ashamed.
non-gratuitous.
You're supposed to be ashamed of your body, according to the Book of Roy. Everything below the belt is a source of shame.
Even
I'll
though
wear a set
Roy
of
made
chaps
it
that
and
say,
gave it
I
to
am
you.
terribly ashamed with my ass exposed.
Okay, that's fine. You put a sign over your exposed ass that says, "I am deeply ashamed of my butt."
Seems consistent with the book of Roy.
Even though
It
Roy
does see
made
that is
act.
perfectly consistent. Yeah, I've exposed my ass, but I feel bad about it.
That's actually even probably more honorable is to have all the shame, right?
Yeah, shame is an integral
Exactly.
part of the
It
religion of
proves
Roy.
how into the book of Roy I am. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm chilly.
Shame
Oh.
is shame's a big part of it. Yeah.
Well, I guess that could be like a
It's like kind of a
Gumbo.
gumbo-ish thing. Yeah.
Fish chili. I don't know.
Yes.
You can make chili with fish in it. It'd just be yucky.
Yeah, I mean that's
It'd be chili with
Like-
fish in it. So,
There's, like,
gross.
pickled veg and fish,
good,
and
right?
then like spicy
it's
peppers.
not good. The first couple of batches Ume makes.
I mean,
not
he also gave you a recipe, and the recipe does not include fish.
It's one of those things where if you've made a meal with something in it your entire life, even if the recipe doesn't include it, you got to get over that. You know?
Recipe says beef. Speaking of which, you don't unless you bought. Well, I'm assuming if you want to buy beef, you can buy beef because you'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you stock up on your
No, I
chili
definitely
ingredients.
bought some ingredients and like fully stock my wagon. It's a chili wagon.
Okay, and
You're a chili wagon.
you guys are gonna be real sick of chili a month from now. We
I
ate
was gonna-
chili
I was
every
gonna buy
day
some
for a
other
month.
stuff.
Please, for the love of God, anything. Put the fish back in it.
Stop.
I don't care.
It's spicy.
Ume, just make some like fucking tacos, like for once, please.
Yeah,
This chili's
some tacos
great
stuff.
now, but I really want a salad. Could you
Mhm.
make a salad? Could
I want
really go for
fiber.
a salad. Yeah, gonna have a lot of unpleasant bowel movements on this trip. So.
Yep. Not gonna be great with all the assless chaps.
Maybe
Well,
that's
why
why
do you think
Cowboys are
cowboys wore assless chaps? Yeah, they ate too much chili
Too
and
much
they had to make it
fucking
easier.
chili.
All the chili.
to bother with pants.
Riding on the horse, that's what assless chaps are for. You just hang your butt over the side. Don't even have to get out of
Try
the
not
saddle.
to get on your horse. Yep, we have an accurate understanding of what the industry is like.
Of cowboying?
Yep.
Yeah, you seem to have a great grip on it. Assless chaps and shitting on your horse. All right, let's do this.